watching your CW21. This is Conway Medical Center's Friday Night Rivals, powered by Mr. Sparky on the CW21.
A beautiful night for high school football along the Grand Strand. It's the Friday Night Rivals on the CW21, presented by Conway Medical Center. Good evening. I'm Alan Smothers along with Coach Chuck Jordan. We are at the Hank Hester Sports Complex on the campus at North Myrtle Beach High School, where tonight the Chiefs host the Loris Lions. And, Coach, a rivalry that goes back as long almost as Horry County. 58 meetings between these two teams over the years, and there's no love lost.
None whatsoever. And you know, the other thing, they're just far enough apart that they can have an intense rivalry and take it home. But they don't like one another and never have, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, Loris is looking for their third consecutive win in the series, but North Myrtle Beach had won 6 in a row prior to that, including a trip to the state championship game. We'll talk all about the history of this rivalry and high school football across the area. But it's time to go down to the field now to the third member of our broadcast team with Athletic Director Tony Heilbronn of North Myrtle Beach. Here's Andrew Mize.
I'm here with Tony Heilbronn, Athletic Director of North Myrtle Beach High School, here to present tonight's game check from Conway Medical Center. Tony, how is this going to help out the program?
We'll use this in the upcoming weeks to feed our kids, both our football players and our cheerleaders. We're very thankful for Conway Medical Center for this donation, and we're just really appreciative of all they do in the community.
And again, a big thanks to Conway Medical Center for presenting tonight's check. Back to you, Alan.
And we are back, and thank you, Andrew, for that, as the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs are 3-0, or actually 0-3 on the year. Loris is 3-0, but North Myrtle Beach has been very competitive in all of their games to this point. Loris has blown people out. We'll talk about that, give you the starting lineups and the opening kickoff when we return to the Friday Night Rivals. It's North Myrtle Beach versus Loris on the CW.
When it comes to world-class orthopedic care and sports medicine services, CMC Orthopedics is with you every step of the way. Our team of highly skilled, board-certified orthopedic physicians specialize in a wide range of musculoskeletal problems with both non-surgical and surgical treatments. With a comprehensive range of services and cutting-edge technology, CMC Orthopedics helps your family live happier, healthier lives. CMC Orthopedics, medicine in motion.
DIY? How about DDIY? Don't do it yourself. Leave it to the professionals. Benjamin Franklin is your plumbing expert. We can take the hassle out of your home's plumbing. We can handle whole house repipes, unclogging your drains, installing water heaters, and help with any natural gas or inspections. And we're always there for you 24 hours a day. Benjamin Franklin is your punctual plumber. If there's any delay, it's you we pay. Franklin Plumbing.
Contamination in recycling occurs when wrong items are placed in the recycling bin, such as styrofoam, or items that are recyclable but are prepared incorrectly. Don't leave your food in containers. We'll find success in numbers. Recycling is a simple way for you to help protect our planet every day. For a simple list of what you can or can't recycle, visit www.solidwasteauthority.org or recyclerightsc.org. Start recycling today.
Leaving a legacy is about reaching the end of the track and making sure there's room for new things coming. The old values that built what started stay strong, while new hands take charge. MD Roofing is a house built on generations. That's what makes us strong. So you can trust us to keep your house strong too. We're MD Roofing, and we're part of your strong house.
Welcome back to the Hank on the campus at North Myrtle Beach High School. It is the Conway Medical Center Friday night rivals, the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs hosting the Loris Lions. And we want to remind everyone that our role here is to call the game as we see it, with respect for all the teams, players, and coaches. There's no bias or ill intent, just a passion for the game and a desire to celebrate the incredible talent in our community. Our hope is we make the broadcast enjoyable for everyone, and we appreciate you sharing this experience with us. Coach Jordan, it's time for the keys to the game. The Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician, keys to tonight's contest.
Well, first of all, North Myrtle Beach has played well. They just haven't won a football game yet. And I think it's going to be real important for them to have a good start. I think they need to get out solid. At the same time, I think for Loris, the big thing is that how their quarterback Moon goes is going to be dependent on how they go.
Yeah.
And so I think what you see Moon do, they're going to react to it offensively.
Loris won the toss, deferred their decision to the second half, so North Myrtle Beach will receive. We'll get to the Horry County Solid Waste Authority starting lineups in a moment. But, Coach, you're right. North Myrtle Beach has played well offensively, but they're giving up way too many points and yards for the defense and the offense to overcome.
Yeah, and they have struggled on defense. There's no question about it. And there again, the other thing that I think is important, neither one of these two teams have turned the ball over much. And sometimes when a defense is struggling, the offense is turning the ball over, and it puts them in a bind. But that hadn't been the case here. So I think they're going to have to play well on that end, and they've got their job. They got a big job tonight because of Loris's ability to put points up.
Here's your
they have put a bunch up.
Horry County Solid Waste Authority starting lineups for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs offense. Landon Cloninger is their starter. He scored 4 touchdowns on the year, two through the air and 2 on the ground. Drew Prince is their go-to guy in the backfield. He has gained 257 yards in 3 games. That's 7.8 yards per carry. The wide receivers are Rio Stevenson, Caden Gore, Andrew Kreider, and the tight end is Brown Reeves. He's another receiving threat at 5 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown on the year. The front 5 are Robert Papano. He's number 68 tonight instead of normally 61. Jakari Witherspoon is 58. Colton Turner, the center. Hampton Kingsford switched over to 71. And Thomas Moss is your right tackle. The Loris defense looks like this. The front 4 are Landon Connor, Jay Wilson, Demaria Thurman, who is one of the top defensive linemen in the state. Number 92 is a 6'3", 305-pound junior, and everybody wants this young man. Javon Johnson is the defensive end. Pat Bellamy, Avery Todd, and Travis Jackson are your linebackers. The corners are Grim Lewis, Khalil Sherman. The safeties are Quantez Dyson and Khalid Sherman. Both will play both ways. Week 1, North Myrtle Beach fell to a rival across the state line, and Loris defeated Green Sea Floyd 64-0. Conway last week 39-0, or actually it was a couple of weeks ago that Loris defeated Conway 39-0. That's your ABC on, or actually SEC on ABC kickoff to start the ball game. It's a long one. It is downed just as the reception is made inside the 20-yard line. So a long field for Loris to start this one.
And Allen, he didn't get a chance to return that one. He actually made that catch and his knee hit the ground, so they downed it where he was. He probably could have gotten a good bit of yardage there, but it is, it downed it.
As we said, the Chiefs have the football first, so a long field for North Myrtle Beach, actually inside the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 9.
And you see where North Myrtle Beach is trying to switch their strength out a little bit, just trying to get that defensive front a little bit out of their comfort zone.
They go between the tackles and the Loris defense. Jay Wilson, Demaria Thurman there to make the stop. North Myrtle Beach in black uniforms tonight with blue numbers and yellow trim. Will not be able to see those numbers at all.
Yeah,
so we'll be watching.
Things, you can't even read them close up, much less from this distance.
We won't be calling a lot of numbers tonight. We'll be watching the monitor a lot to get numbers up close, but Loris stuffs another.
Yeah, and that was it looked like Landon Carter coming off the edge then, and he basically came off the edge, and they were zoning the other way, and he hit him in the mouth.
So they're going to bring two receivers wide to the near side left, one to the far side right. As the quarterback rolls out, he's in his own end zone, being tracked, gets rid of it, and it's caught. Nice catch by Caden Gore, and that's close to first down yardage.
Yeah, and Caden leads the team right now with 15 catches for 210 yards and a touchdown. And he does a little bit of everything for him, Alan. He returns punts, he returns kicks.
Here's
a little bit of everything. And you can see right here, good catch, good, you know, and that was a good breakup. And I mean, he came up and laid the wood. Khalid Sherman, and well played on both sides.
And Caden Gore knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down for the Chiefs. They get it. And Gore, his 16th catch on the year, he's averaging 14 yards a grab, and he picks up 13 on that play.
Yeah, and you know, here's the thing with Loris right now. They've been able to give people trouble in the box. And so I think that North Myrtle knows that they got to run it, they got to establish a run, but at the same time, they're gonna make the money throwing it down the field tonight, I think.
Loris averaging over 250 per man on that defensive front, and they've got 6 on the line right now. Looking to bring a man, but he covers it out of the backfield. Quarterback Cloninger rolls out to his left, throws high, ball batted down. Nice defensive play by Khalil Sherman.
Yeah, and I was real impressed with Cloninger's movement then. Anytime a quarterback can move and be set, ready to throw, you gotta think he knows what he's doing, but he did throw into a bit of traffic then.
3rd and long, Coach.
3rd and long, I think you gotta protect yourself right here. The last thing you want to do is give this crowd the ball back. And my guess is, I think Cloninger punts for him, does he not?
He is one of the punters.
Yeah, and so he may back out. Oh, he got exactly what he wanted here.
A hard count. Drew Demaria Thurman offside.
And you know, that's a talent, Alan, being able to hard count like that.
No
some
question.
Quarterbacks can do it and some can't. Obviously, he can.
So it makes it 3rd and short now. About 3rd and 3. Ball on the 27. Need to get right to the 30-yard line, maybe the 31 for a first down.
And that's a different animal altogether with your play selection.
Single back pistol. Twins to the left, one to the right. He throws to the man out of the backfield. It's caught. They got a first down. That's a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down, and a nice grab coming out of the backfield by Drew Prince. That's just his 2nd reception on the year, and he picks up a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and you know, it's always tough to pick those backs up coming out of the backfield, but with those outside linebackers, that's their responsibility.
So 1st and 10, Chiefs moving the football, started at their own 9, out to the 36 now. They hand off inside, but it's another nice stop right on the line of scrimmage by Avery Todd.
Yeah, and a host of players, really. And you love to see people play ball like that, where they just tackle with 4 or 5 guys every time. And that's what's impressed me with the little bit I've seen of Loris's defense thus far this year.
Well, the clock is stopped for some reason right now. 9:33. It was a straight handoff up the middle, but clock is not moving. And no one called timeout, so a single back pistol with Prince in the backfield with Cloninger. 5-man front for Loris. They bring a corner up to guard that man out of the backfield, but a nice slant pattern across the middle for the tight end. The catch is made by Brown Reeves. Reeves has been one of their go-to guys.
And Alan, I've been impressed with Cloninger thus far. He's been on the money throwing the football. He's moved well in the pocket.
Actually, that was Andrew Kreider, number 8. Kreider, his 7th catch. 14 yards per reception. That one was worth 8. So it's 3rd down and 3. And again, they draw him offside. Wow. And he got 2 guys that time. He got 2 of them. And that'll be a Myrtle Beach Sunday first down.
He didn't need but 1.
Yep. So second offside penalty against the Loris defense on the Mr. Sparky replay. Look, he gets actually 3 of them. He got the defensive end, the defensive tackle, and the nose guard.
It'll be harder to do as the game goes on because you lose a little bit of that initial enthusiasm, but you also get the cadence down eventually.
He had a man in motion. He hands off to Jaquel Davis. Davis carries around the left end for a big gainer, about 7 yards.
And what North Myrtle Beach did then, they moved both the tight end and the H-back to the opposite side to try to catch that defensive front, just get one man up on them. And they've been employing that already several times, so I think you'll see them do it. But then Loris is going to figure out exactly the adjustment they need to make, and it'll probably be bringing somebody either out of the secondary and outside backer.
He's got Davis lined up in that single back pistol, 7-yard gain into plus territory. Man in motion. They hand off, but no, quarterback keeps it himself. That's another Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down deep into Loris territory at the 35. And I've said in the pregame, Coach, North Myrtle Beach has had no trouble moving the football this year. It's been the defense that's hurt them, giving up too many points early in the ball game where the offense weren't able to keep up.
And I tell you, they're being as effective right now moving the football as anybody has yet against Loris.
Without question. Now, Loris has only played Green Sea and Conway, but still, the offenses have not been this good.
Didn't they play a South Columbus team?
South Columbus in last week in the cross-border rivalry.
They tried to run an outside zone here, Al, and they snuffed it out. And this is really one of the first times, other than when he completed the pass down there, that they've been behind the chains.
Linebacker Pat Bellamy was on the stop, along with Travis Jackson. And North Myrtle Beach is going to split 2 receivers wide to the near side. The wide out is Caden Gore. He's their number 1 receiver. Andrew Kreider has a grab in the ball game as well. Almost an empty backfield, but now it's a straight pistol. Running back is directly behind Cloninger. They fake to him, play action. And the ball is tipped around, almost intercepted.
Yeah, and that was thrown to Brown Reeves then, and it was a little bit behind him. But otherwise, I think he would have gotten his hands on it. That's a tough catch to make when you're running a crosser and that ball's behind your pads.
Khalil Sherman is kicking himself. He thought he had one going the other way, but instead it's 3rd down and 1. So a big play for North Myrtle Beach. And Loris is trying to stop him. Hadn't stopped him yet.
It's 3rd and 11, actually, Alan.
3rd and 11, I'm sorry. You're right, on the loss of the play on the last round. So 3rd and 11, long situation for North Myrtle Beach. And the sticks are on our side tonight, so it's a little harder to see how far it is for the first down, but it's a 3-yard gain, so it's going to be 4th and 8. What do you do here, Coach? First drive has been good.
And it depends on your kicker, but that's a long kick for anybody right there. You're looking at 51 yards. I think you got to go for it. You're not giving them a good spot on the ball anyway if you don't get it, so you go for this.
4th and 8. Ball at the 34-yard line. And they draw him offside for a 3rd time on this drive. Wow. That quarterback must be really good on that hard count.
I tell you, when I have that happen to my defense, the first thing I ask them when they come off the field is anybody calling signals. Because a lot of times what happens, those offensive guys get in there and they go, hut, hut. And if the officials don't hear it, and I'm not suggesting that's happening.
That's
something that we're going to ask our guys when they come off the field. And if they are, we'll go to the official and say, look,
that's illegal.
My guy's saying that somebody's making some noise in there and they can't do that.
So it's 4th and short instead. So they're going to fake, throw it out to the backer, and the back out of the backfield is going to come up short. About 3 yards. It's a 1-yard gain on the play, so it's going to go over on downs to Loris. After a great hold by the Loris Lions, they bent but did not break. No score with 6:08 to play in the first quarter as you're watching the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Hello, everybody. I'm Cecil Chandler, and it's that time of the year when a lot of families are looking to buy a new car. And I was just checking on some new cars. Some people are leasing now. You can lease a 2024 Elantra for $199 for 36 months. How about the 2024 Sonata with leases starting at $249? And there's a 2024 Tucson for $269. Remember, here at Myrtle Beach Hyundai, we've got deals that'll make you smile.
HTC is here to connect you to the things that matter most in your life by providing the area's largest fiber optic network to help you catch up with family. Check the weather for your morning stretch and set the stage for a night in with friends. Because whatever you're into, HTC Internet is here with the largest fiber optic network to connect you to what matters most. Take advantage of these great offers and learn more at htcinc.net today.
Gorgeous night here in North Myrtle Beach. We were expecting maybe some intermittent rain, but right now it's gorgeous. And the MD Roofing and Solar Raise the Roof fan cam is on right now for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. MD Roofing and Solar, building a legacy, one roof at a time.
That's a mouthful, Alan. Raise the Roof fan cam.
Yep. Well, we got that going now. I'm used to it. And we're doing it about every third, or at least once a quarter. And taking a look at the fans who have come out tonight. Great crowd. Early start. Of course, they normally start at 7:30. 7:05 start for the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals. And the first possession of the ball game for Loris. And it's going to go off tackle to Deuce Stevens, who carries for 11 yards per carry. That time only about 2. So second down and 8.
And they had a little eye candy going in the backfield. They brought the wide receiver across, and it was really nothing but a dive up inside. But again, they want to get a feel early what kind of adjustments they're going to make with their motions. And that's what he was doing there.
Quarterback.
Got somebody down on the field, Alan.
Yeah, it's a North Myrtle Beach player. So it gives us time for the Horry County Solid Waste Authority starting lineups for the Loris offense. It starts with Moon Gerald in the backfield. He is a dual threat quarterback. He has thrown for over 450 yards and rushed for about 50 on the year. Deuce Stevens is the tailback. We'll see a lot of Khalid Sherman and Roderick Persha as well. The wide receivers are Grim Lewis. He's their top receiver at 4 touchdowns and 19 yards per grab. DJ Gibbs, Zamir Herring, and Tay Cox of the other wideouts. The front 5 is Mark Miller, Logan Coleman, Jamarius Wilson, Curtis Turner, and Andrew McKeel from left to right. We'll look at the defense after this play. Second down and 9. Twins right and left. They go bubble screen underneath. The catch is made and a gain of about 10 for Grim Lewis. That's his 8th grab of the year. And he has 4 touchdowns to his name.
And it's always fun for me to see how teams respond to the other team and what they've seen. They're coming out in 4 wide. They want to look at what they're getting on defense, and they'll adjust their formations from there.
About a 5-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 4. Twins left and right. Single back pistol. He's going to throw another bubble screen the other way. He breaks 1 tackle, now breaks 2 to the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. It's going to be a foot race to the end zone. Touchdown.
And you know what I was looking for, Alan, when you were following that runner and telling where he was? I was looking for somebody behind the play to push somebody in the back, because that's usually where it happens.
And boy, that was sprinter speed right there, Coach. He just left the guy.
He turned it on. And the bottom line is they're getting the ball to these guys in space. And if you miss a tackle out there, which is what happened, you saw that tackle that was just missed on the replay. Once that happens, you're in trouble.
That was DJ Gibbs on the end zone touchdown. You'll see that highlight and all the others from the area tonight at 11:20 on ABC 15. Here's the extra point. It's William Suggs, the 3-year starter as their place kicker, and this is kicker high school in the state. North Myrtle Beach has turned out a ton of them. With 4:57 to play, the visitors are on top 7-0. We'll give you the full recount when we return to the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
Robinson Community College, your source for higher education and short-term training needs. Offering accounting, basic law enforcement training, cosmetology, criminal justice, cybersecurity, electrical systems, EMS, HVAC, mechatronics, medical office administration, respiratory therapy, radiography, university transfer, video gaming and simulation, welding, and more. Online and face-to-face instruction available. Learn more at robinson.edu.
Aprende inglés gratis en RCC.
Hey, I'm having an issue with your website. I can't log in.
That's a website issue.
Right.
You'll have to reach out to customer service.
You're not customer service?
Just call customer service and they'll get you set up. Is there anything else I can help you with?
What's the number for customer service?
It's on the website.
Don't let a big bank make you feel small. At Anderson Brothers Bank, you matter. Anderson Brothers Bank, treating you like family since 1933.
Here with Dr. Jason Sharp of Conway Medical Center. High school football season is here. It's a grueling grind. What do these players need to do to make sure that they stay healthy?
So the thing that I can tell them, at least early in the season, is make sure they're hydrating. Hydrating the day before a game, day of a game, because if they start cramping, they're already behind. We're trying to get water, fluids, electrolytes into them, but they need to do a great job before so that way they don't have any issues during. Another thing that they can do, as well as parents, is make sure you talk to your athletic trainer. The athletic trainer is the one who's kind of the gatekeeper. They can help you decide whether or not you even need to come into the doctor. Also, the 4 schools that we have, St. James, Soxty, Conway, and Carolina Forest, they all know us. They all have a secure texting system, so they can all let us know. We can get the kids in same day, next day.
Thank you to Conway Medical Center for donating $500 each week to the host school. In total, our local schools will receive $5,000 this year. Kind of an anomaly, Coach. This Loris offense is gaining 402 yards per game. Per game. You saw a big gainer there from Moon Gerald to DJ Gibbs, but North Myrtle Beach's defense is giving up 402 yards per game.
Well, and I think the key tonight, Alan, is going to be whether or not their offense can respond right here, because they did everything in their last drive but score, and they're going to have to put some points up.
Here's the SEC on ABC. Kickoff received at the 3-yard line. Returned by North Myrtle Beach. Out to the 25. Tried to break a tackle. Still on his feet. Across the 25 to the 26. And that's where they'll begin their second drive. And you were just saying during the break, Coach, North Myrtle Beach did everything right for 2/3 of the field and then just got stalled.
Just didn't score. And one of the problems with that is it gives you a lot of enthusiasm. It allows you to kind of pick and choose what you want to do. You know what you can come back to, but you also have to learn to finish those drives off.
Cloninger has quite a few weapons with Caden Gore, Rio Stevenson, Drew Prince in the backfield, Andrew Kreider and Brown Reeves at tight end. But they moved to the 30-yard line on the plus territory, and now they've got a big gainer on first down by Prince.
Yeah, they picked up 8 there. What they did is put the formation into the boundary, which set the defense into the boundary, and then they popped it outside to the field.
Another thing that has hurt North Myrtle Beach to start this season, Coach, they had 4 backs that they thought were starters. They've lost 2 of them already 3 games into the season. So they go with Prince and Vereen right now. And Prince, who had a broken leg that ended his season last year, is back 100%, and he is close to a first down carry.
Yeah, they just ran it up the gut then, just want to go ahead and convert that first down. And it looks like it's mighty close.
I think he
if
may
this
be
where they got it
short.
spotted, it's going to take yeah, it looks like it's a bit short, Alan.
Although they are giving it a good look, they might have to measure. Now they're saying, no, first down, move the chains. Talking of Moon Gerald, the Loris starting quarterback, He was the backup last year, but impressed so much during the offseason, he became the starter at 6 foot, 175 pounds, a dual threat, and a strong arm. Should have a breakout season and getting a lot of attention from colleges. And they're going to draw North Myrtle Beach off.
Speaking of that dual threat, Alan, one of the issues, if you look at his stats so far, they're really very high in terms of throwing the ball, but not rushing much at all.
Right.
And what you don't want to do with a guy like him is use him when you don't need him.
Mm-hmm. But you can't forget about him.
Oh, they're not going to forget him, because when it gets tough, he's going to carry the football.
Loris has jumped offside for a 4th time in this ball game. Makes it 1st and 5. Out across the 40 to the 42. Landon Cloninger. He's thrown for a couple of touchdowns and ran for a couple. On the year, single back pistol. He's got an up back as a blocker. Brown Reeves in the backfield. He's the H-back, and he is picking up the blitzer, but here comes a heavy rush, and Cloninger's going to go down in the backfield. 2-yard sack by the defensive end, Javon Johnson.
Yeah, and Johnson, you could see it coming. You were playing Cloninger, go. But nonetheless, Johnson came up behind him, and he never saw him. So he's really lucky that he was able to hold on to that football, because those are kind of strips that usually make you lose the ball.
Got to have that internal clock, right, Coach?
Yeah.
He had that ball in the backfield an awfully long time. So it's going to be 2nd down, and we'll call it 9, a 4-yard loss on the play. Here's a swing pass out of the backfield to Prince. Prince is going to pick up the Myrtle Beach Hyundai 1st down and a lot more. About a 19-yard pickup.
And that was a nice run by Prince then, because he caught the ball and immediately got upfield rather than sitting there and dancing around. I've been real impressed with Cloninger. I think he's distributed the ball pretty well.
He certainly has, and he's been on target most every throw he's made tonight. Prince will stay in the backfield. Cloninger coming into the ball game had thrown 3 interceptions, but he had about a 50% completion percentage. 34 of 68. It's exactly.
And again, they're in Loris's territory.
And a slant pattern caught right across the middle. Running room. Another Myrtle Beach Hyundai 1st down and slung down after a big pickup by Quantez Dyson.
If we can see that play again, Alan, a lot of people call this a follow play. They'll run one guy in a route and then take that outside guy and get right up behind him as if he's following him. And then what happens, the defense expands as a result, and the ball comes in behind him.
This North Myrtle Beach offense of Greg Hill, Coach, is looking, spectacular.
They've moved the ball better than anyone else has against Loris this year.
I mean, and that is the 5th offside penalty against Loris here in the 1st quarter.
Well, I can tell you, a 1st and 5 is a lot easier than a 1st and 10.
It certainly was on that last series. So it moves it inside the 25-yard line.
And it's not a bad way to go against Loris. No. They're so daggone physical, and they're so excited. They want to get off the football, and they're taking advantage of that.
You can obviously tell they're aggressive, and they give it to Prince again. Prince is going to carry for at least the 5 yards, enough for a Myrtle Beach Hyundai 1st down. He's inside the 15 to the 14. They move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 14. Here is...
Well, the question here, Alan, is going to be, can they do it in the red zone? They have not been as successful in the red zone, I think, as they would want to this year. And this crowd on defense is going to tighten up down there. They just changed the strength of the formation again.
And they're going to draw them offside for another 5-yard penalty into the "that's what Ed said" red zone.
Well, I can tell you, the defensive coordinator is not a happy man.
He's got to be pulling his hair out. These guys are so aggressive. They are jumping on every bark by the quarterback. Hey, Myrtle Beach Hyundai. Remember, no games, no gimmicks, just good deals at Myrtle Beach Hyundai. And this is 1st and 5 for a 3rd time on this series.
And I tell you what, I'm going to ride that horse till he quits riding.
Braying, doggone right. They hand off to Prince. Prince looking for that hole to the end zone. He had a lane for a second. He shakes and bakes his way down to the 3. It's going to be, is that enough for a first down? I believe it is. It's going to be first and goal from the 3-yard line.
And again, Loris is hurting himself tremendously just giving up those 5 yards, because 5 yards is a long way down here when you get in this red zone.
Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down with a receiver in the slot to the right, wide out to the right, Caden Gore. And they draw him again.
Somebody's talking in the line.
This is getting comical. They're drawing Loris offside. That's the 6th one. 7th, says Paul Gable, our statistician. 7th, and Loris is calling timeout to discuss this, Coach, and I don't blame him.
I'd rather get a 15-yarder than keep getting 5s. It drives you crazy.
A surprise in the sports world in South Carolina this afternoon. Coach Ray Tanner announced his retirement or his resignation. They're going to give him another position within the university, within the president's office. But strange timing. 2 games into the regular season, and we got timeout on the field, so we'll take it as well. That's the end of the first quarter. It's 7-0. We'll talk about that when we return. The Lions 7, the Chiefs 0 on the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Hello, everybody. I'm Cecil Chandler, and it's that time of the year when a lot of families are looking to buy a new car. And I was just checking on some new cars. Some people are leasing now. You can lease a 2024 Elantra for $199 for 36 months. How about the 2024 Sonata with leases starting at $249? And there's a 2024 Tucson for $269. Remember, here at Myrtle Beach Hyundai, we've got deals that'll make you smile.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. You deserve something better and better. Plans as low as $0 out-of-pocket premiums, local doctors, and rewards for healthy choices. That's why we're America's #1 marketplace health insurance. And better health, on a mission for better.
If you test drive a car, truck, or SUV between now and September 14th, you'll be entered to win 4 tickets to see Taylor Swift in Miami this October. Just a small way for us to say thank you for 20 wonderful years of Auto World of Conway.
Recycle right, South Carolina. When bottles are compacted for shipping, liquids drip and splatter, creating a sticky, smelly mess. A quick rinse of all your containers before you recycle goes a long way. Visit www.solidwasteauthority.org or www.recyclerightsc.org for more info on how to recycle right, South Carolina.
HTC is here to connect you to the things that matter most in your life. With the area's largest fiber optic network, HTC is here with the fastest speeds to help power your day. Do a little multitasking. Keep the peace. All to help your day run smoother than ever before. See how HTC is here to connect you to your world. And take advantage of these great offers today.
Pick up your pet rescue sticker at Belfort Property Restoration, ABC 15, or your local Humane Society.
It's going to be first and goal from the 3-yard line. North Myrtle Beach trying to tie the football game up. Down 7-0 right now. But I was saying before the break, Coach, Ray Tanner resigned this afternoon. And it's strange timing because of 2 games into a regular season football. And then during the 5 o'clock news dump on a Friday afternoon, something's up. Something's up in Columbia. Especially the day before game day comes to town as well.
I'm going to leave it right there.
All right. Here's first and goal at the 3. They reset. The power side is the left side. They're going to go quarterback sneak, and he's not going to get it. What a great job coming across the line. Landon Connor for the stop. What a move by the 5'11", 230-pound junior, Coach. He came around from that left end and stopped him cold in the backfield.
And he's made several plays already. And you got to be impressed with North Myrtle Beach's ability to get down the field offensively. They've taken advantage of some penalties, but the other part of that is they have played
well. They're waiting for the call, and there it is. There's the indication from the line judge on the far side. he indicates that Cloninger on the quarterback sneak got in on the second attempt, and they are a point after from tying the football game. And there's the blue lights.
I think it's very important for Loris that they get challenged like this, because they haven't had a challenge yet.
No, they haven't.
And so it'll be interesting to see how they respond. Now, what's crazy is in the first quarter, you know how many offensive plays Loris ran? 3.
I did not know. That's
well,
crazy.
They had
a touchdown. Yeah,
they had 3, and the third play was a touchdown. That was on that drive. It was a 3-play, 74-yard touchdown drive.
And we hadn't had a chance to recap the drive, so that's a good point,
and
Coach.
North Myrtle Beach has had the ball all the other time, which tells you that's a lot of snaps to have to play on defense.
Here's Braden Russell. He is 8 for 8 on extra points this year, make it 9 for 9, and we are knotted at 7 apiece with 11:26 to play in the first half.
And Alan, that was an 8-play, 74-yard drive with a 1-yard touchdown run. They took 5 minutes and 27 seconds. You can see on the touchdown right here, they just pretty much got down there and grinded it out. The quarterback did a good job feeling where the soft spot was and just sticking his nose in it.
Instead of going straight ahead like he did on the first sneak, he kind of tried to move to his right and find a lane, and he got just enough to get in to tie the football game. So interesting that that's the Conway Medical Center replay here in the second quarter. We had 10 games in the area last night, Coach. So we'll give you the scores from area games last night. We thought maybe they would cancel some or reschedule some, and we're glad we didn't have this one rescheduled as they approach the football, put toe to leather. That's the SEC on ABC Kickoff, going to be returned by Loris. First time tonight. 25-30, 35-40. He's got a lane. 45-50. He's the sprinter again. This one's going to go to the house for a second touchdown on the night. And this time it is Grim Lewis. Jaquez Grim Lewis goes 96 yards for the touchdown return on the kickoff.
I tell you, it's hard to defend against that. I mean, the first time they go 75 yards for a touchdown, and this time 93. And they're so daggum explosive, and that's what we're seeing.
So Grim Lewis had a seam right up the right side. North Myrtle Beach did not get into it, and we got these track sprinters, Coach, and they are just running away from people.
But the thing that blows my mind is that Loris has still only played 3 plays from scrimmage in this game.
But they're up by 7, and we've got a timeout on the field. 11-11 to play in the second quarter. Loris has re-grabbed the lead by a touchdown on the Friday Night Rivals presented by Conway Medical Center.
Well, and you got to say,
there are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on 2024 Sierra 1500 Denali models. That's over $6,400 in average finance savings. We are professional grade. GMC.
DIY? How about DDIY? Don't do it yourself. Some things are better left to the professionals. Mr. Sparky is your electrical expert. We install whole home generators, electric panels, indoor and outdoor lighting, and now we even service your solar panel systems. And we're always there for you 24 hours a day. No job is too big or too small. Call us, Mr. Sparky, and we'll be right over. And remember,
8 Sparky.
14-7 the score. The Lions return the touchdown 63, or make that 93 yards for the touchdown to take a 14-7 lead. And thank you for the MD Roofing and Solar, building a legacy one roof at a time. For the MD Roofing and Solar, raise the roof fan cam. And there's the North Myrtle Beach homestands. And boy, that's a good booster club group right there. 0-3 coming into tonight, and they have packed packed the stands on the other side.
And you got to be impressed with the crowd that we have here tonight on both sides.
Yep.
I think the communities are very interested in this one. And again, I'm more impressed with North Myrtle Beach simply because they're 0-3 and they're packing the stands like this.
And again, their offense has moved the football in all 3 of their games. They lost last week, a heartbreaker to West Brunswick, just across the state line into Charlotte. A short kick is received at around the 26 and returned to the 32. So a 6-yard return.
And I can tell you, Alan, those sky kicks are hard to handle. Particularly what you have a lot of times is you got people that are not used to catching the kickoffs, and then you got people coming down the field, and you teach your kids when they're coming down the field to make plenty of noise so they hear you.
Like we said, North Myrtle Beach is 0-3 with losses, tough losses all, but for Loris, in their 3 wins, they've outscored their opponents 156 to 6.
Matter of fact, they've given up more points tonight than they did in the first 3 games.
Absolutely.
A whopping 7 points.
7 points, but it was well earned by North Myrtle Beach on that last drive. They went the distance, and they're running on a man late. And loop motion didn't fool anybody as Landon Cloninger goes down in a heap in the backfield under a storm of Loris Lions.
Yeah, and it looked like he had the option going on there, and I was afraid he was going to try to pitch that, but if he had, the corner was coming off the edge, and he was going to be in trouble.
Well, let me make that right, Coach. A pride of Loris Lions coming in on that quarterback.
Okay, I got you.
And they got a lot of pride in this Loris program as Coach Greg Mance has turned things around, boy. Greg Mance came in after a tough couple of years for the Lions under Jamie Schneider. They started to build this program under Jimmy Longerbeam, and he went back to the upstate. Or actually, I think he went down to Georgia. Or Florida. Was it Florida? Yeah. Okay, I was going to say, I thought Georgia for a second, but Jim Longerbeam came in for 3 seasons. Built a little pride in the program, and they almost draw him offside again, but this time
he was close.
He didn't make contact with anybody, so got back out of the neutral zone. Here's 3rd down and 7. Passes behind the receiver, Kreider, but he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, and Cloninger was under a lot of pressure then. If they'll show this again, you can see. And it's tough to make that throw when you got somebody right in your grill. But I thought that the ball was thrown behind him. It would have been a very difficult catch. You can see right here, he doesn't have an opportunity really to follow through with that thing. Well, we missed that part. But anyway, nonetheless, he just about made a good play on that ball.
Grim Lewis was coming in a hurry. He would have hit Cloninger and maybe stopped him short of the 1st down, even if he made the grab. And they're coming after this kick. Well, they back out of it, and now let it bounce. It's going to be caught at the 30, and a nice open field tackle by North Myrtle Beach.
You can see this Loris crowd wants the ball in space. Their return guys want the football, and that's exciting to see.
That tackle for North Myrtle Beach was made by Campbell Kingston.
And running the ball then was Quantez Dyson, who's got 4 touchdowns on the season. He and Grimm both. Now, Grimm's got 5 now, so he's got to catch up.
Campbell Kingston is the starting free safety. He had 5 unassisted tackles coming in and 3 pass breakups. So a nice open field tackler right there on that return. To the 30, 1st and 10 for the Lions. In the backfield, Moon Gerald. Moon looking for a release. Finds it to the right side, but nowhere to go.
And, you know, North Myrtle Beach, I noticed, changed their defense up there. They were in a 3-4 set with 3 hands on the ground on the inside between the tackles, and they haven't been in that previously.
Moon Gerald, a couple of completions in this ball game, but as you mentioned, Coach, that's only their 4th play here in the first half from scrimmage.
Yeah, and you wouldn't expect them to have much of a rhythm yet. And the question is whether or not Loris defense is going to be able to hold up with someone that can control the ball like this, because that's tough.
Man in motion to the right side. Moon looks downfield. He's got a receiver. It's caught. It's a 1st down. Myrtle Beach Hyundai, and a tackle from behind saves a big gainer.
And, you know, I really like the way Moon just looks like he's comfortable back there. He's bouncing around a little bit, and I think he's got the confidence that if the rush does get to him, he can evade it.
Sloan McIntyre just made his 6th unassisted tackle from behind, but not before a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down for Loris.
And that's Loris's first down.
Yep. But they're up a touchdown, 14-7, after a 93-yard kickoff return after North Myrtle Beach's length of the field drive that tied the ball game up.
And you see a gang tackle out of North Myrtle Beach, which I just love to see. I just love to see guys flying in there wanting to get into football.
Black shirts everywhere. Grabbed by Zamir Herring, his first of the night and 7th on the year. Picks up about 6.
I tell you, Alan, this is a great high school environment tonight here.
Oh, no question.
Both crowds are very much involved. You got the band, both bands are here, and it's packed.
What an awesome weather-wise night.
And you got 2 good football teams.
2 good football teams that don't like one another. And here's a deep pass. He's got a man. He had to throw. He threw it behind him. Grim Lewis was the intended receiver, and he had to slow down to make the grab. It's going to be called a pass interference, but I tell you what, had that pass not been underthrown, there might not have been a penalty on the defense.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. If you watch this right here, you can see that is an excellent play by that defensive back right there.
I think so, too.
Cavallini. And the reason is he's going to make that catch and probably score. And you just go ahead and interfere with him. Give him 15 yards from the spot. Don't give him the play down there. But so I think he made a great decision there.
Now, I know the officials can't take this into consideration, Coach, but if that pass is not underthrown, the defensive player is not able to hook the receiver around the neck.
No, but it's his responsibility to play.
To stay off of it?
Be where he should be anyway. It was a good call. That's not what I mean.
Right.
But I think that the defensive player did what he should have. He's got to grab that guy in and not allow that catch.
Only a 15-yard gain. It is an automatic first down, but the pass is thrown behind it.
He needs to pick that ball up.
Ooh, that looked like a backward pass, Coach.
And I'm not sure. We'll see what the officials say.
They blew the whistles. They blew it dead before the ball came to rest. So they're going to say it was an incomplete pass. They had a better look at it than we did, but
well, they certainly did. And I don't know if we can see that on the replay.
Let's see it again, Coach.
But that would be good to see, and you can see where the quarterback throws from. He is on the 42-yard line.
Yeah, it was right at the 42.
It's one of those calls that could go either way. So I think they made a good call on that one.
That will give the officials the benefit of the doubt there. But a nice play by Moon Gerald.
I want you to go back. I want to see a rerun on that, and I want you to see how Moon steps up through the pocket. He advances forward with his eyes down the field. And that's such a daggum impressive throw if we can see the rerun. Watch what he does right here. See how he steps up into the path right there? He's in contact and makes that throw. That's a hard thing to do.
And a great route ran by Khalil Sherman right there on the skinny post. The slant pattern, he hit him in stride, and he picks up another Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down inside that's what Ed said, red zone. And we've got time out on the field with a 14-7 Lions lead with 7:41 to play in the half. Great game on the north end of the Grand Strand on the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
Clogged toilets? Is your kitchen sink backed up? Do you have a leaking faucet? Call the experts at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing and let us help with any of your plumbing problems. We repair leaky or broken water heaters, fix frozen pipes, unclog sewer lines, and even repair garbage disposals. We're here for you 24 hours a day, and we still don't charge to come out during regular business hours. Benjamin Franklin is your punctual plumber. If there's any delay, it's you we pay.
Bad things happen sometimes. Fires, floods, hurricanes, broken water pipes, exploding water heaters. It can really mess up your home really bad. That's why moms and dads have been calling A&I for over 40 years. 40 years! They get it fixed. Fast. Really fast. My mommy said they made our house a home again. And mommy always tells the truth. A&I Fire and Water Restoration. Restoring more than just your home, restoring your dreams.
7:41 to play in the first half. It's a 14-7 Lions lead. They've got the football into, that's what Ed said, red zone. But right now it's time to go down to the field to the third member of our broadcast team. Andrew Mize is with the North Myrtle Beach principal.
I'm here with Ansley Morrow, principal of North Myrtle Beach High School. And Ansley, we're here, great football game tonight, real exciting, but North Myrtle Beach has more than just athletics. Tell us about some of the education programs that you have.
So we have a lot of great classes that we offer at the high school. One of my favorite programs is our Project Lead the Way program that we have. We have biomedical science, computer programming, engineering, a lot of good opportunities for students to explore that engineering route. We also have several different advanced placement courses that students take. And we, just looking back at our data from this past school year, our students did extremely well on their end of course exams. So a lot of good things going on in academics at the beach.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ansley, for being here with us tonight. Back to you, Alan.
Thanks, Andrew. And we've got second down and goal in the end zone. Touchdown.
And
Great
basically
slant pattern again to Quantez Dyson.
Yeah, he had a slant pattern to Dyson, but he took his back and put him out in the flats. So that guy that was covering that slant had to jump the flat route, and he's wide open. And that was a great throw again by Moon. I've been impressed with Moon's movement. Yeah, he moves well in the pocket, and you can see here, watch the back run that flare route. We got a slant behind it, and what Moon is doing is he's reading that defender. If that defender lays on that slant, he takes the back. If he jumps the back, he'll take that slant route, which he did just then.
William Suggs splits the pipes to make it a 2-touchdown lead now for the Lions, 21-7. That was Quantez Dyson's first touchdown catch of the year, but his his fourth touchdown catch of the year. He averages 33 yards per catch, but that time it was a 12-yarder and a touchdown for the Lions.
And you know, Alan, it appears to me that North Myrtle Beach has played extremely well, but they've had to earn everything they've gotten. And Lors has done things most effortless.
I want you to see that play and all the highlights from around the area tonight on the end zone on ABC 15. That was an end zone touchdown, and there'll be lots of them. We had games last night that you'll see some highlights of around the area. McBee defeated Buford 56-20. Chesterfield down C.A. Johnson 49-12. Timberland beat Kingstree 28-6. Andrews over Andrew Jackson 38-21. Aner put 50 on Green Sea Floyds to win 50-16. Georgetown won a county battle against Carvers Bay 34-29. Waccamaw did the same with a 42-8 win over Johnsonville. Here's a squib kick that's going to go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, but they'll get it at the 35 after the penalty on the kickoff. He just hit that ball wrong.
Yeah, he did. I think he was trying to place it somewhere and just didn't hit it well.
Yeah, it was a tough chip shot on that play. Lakeview beat Scotts Branch 44-14. Here's the biggies. Dillon over Marion 48-7, and Hartsville went to the City of Champions and knocked off Rock Hill 49-30. Those were last night. We'll get you some tonight scores coming up as other games just got underway about 20 minutes ago.
And that last touchdown of Loris's was a 7-play, 70-yard drive, which means they averaged 10 a play.
The Lions offense is prolific, but so has North Myrtle Beach has been tonight. They've just only got one touchdown out of it. Single back pistol, tight end to the near side. That's Brown Reeves. Now he's going to go to the far side to set up the power right. And they go that way with Prince. And Prince is tackled from behind. Great pursuit by Javon Johnson again for the Lions.
Don't be surprised if you don't see a bootleg behind this, because if you could see that replay, what you would see is he made the play from the backside edge. And typically what a team that runs that outside zone, outside play, watch where he's coming from on that outside edge. That quarterback's going to pull that ball on the very next play and go the other way. Now, they did skate the linebacker outside, I saw.
Got 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. That's the left side. He rolls that way quickly and then lets it go over the head of his intended receiver, Kreider.
Yeah, and he couldn't really put his feet in the ground then because they had a strong rush on him. He had to get it out.
There's Kreider coming back into your screen, number 8. He was the guy that they wanted in between the linebackers and the defensive backs.
Yeah, and they seem to be getting a little more pressure now. And you know what they haven't done in the last 2 drives, I think, is jump off sides. So
that's true.
Maybe they got that straightened out.
So North Myrtle Beach with 3rd down and 9. Possession down, big play for the Lions to get a stop here. North Myrtle Beach, now we've got a timeout. I think the Chiefs want to talk about it. Timeout on the field with 6:08 to play in the first half. Conway Medical Center is compassionate care you can trust. You've heard they're giving away $5,000 in the scholarship money to all of our area teams for hosting the Friday Night Rivals. And our man, Chief Meteorologist Ed Piotrowski, is celebrating 30 years at ABC 15. Ed, longtime friend, I came to the Grand Strand in '86, so about the same time that Ed came to the Grand Strand, and we are both 2 proud NC State Wolfpackers.
Well, I hate to say, but y'all both look old to me.
Well, I'm feeling older now, Coach. Feeling older. I bet you feel a lot younger now that you're not on that sideline anymore.
I'm a spring chicken, baby.
You are. All right. Here's the 3rd down and long. Trip receivers. None to the right. That's the boundary side. Here he rolls to the field side. Pops it out. Is it caught?
It was well placed, but it hit the turf.
Yeah, I think it bounced before Andrew Kreider could pull it in, and the officials agree. So it's going to be 4th down and 9. Back at the 35-yard line. Here's a CMC replay.
Yeah, and you can see he works hard to the width, and he made a pretty good throw, but it was just a little bit down. And that's a hard ball to come up with. The official ruled that it hit the turf, and I think it did.
It's a tough catch, but, boy, he got his arms underneath.
You know, all he could to relatively fast half, hasn't
no
it,
question.
I mean, we're looking at 6:01 left in the half.
And they're going to punt it away, and this one's a good one. It runs the receiver back to his 25-yard line. He jukes one coverage man, but he can't get away from the 2nd and 3rd. That's Caden Gore on the return.
And that was actually Quantez Dyson. And the bottom line on that thing there is you can tell when a guy wants the football and wants to run it, and he wants that ball in space. Those kind of the guys are dangerous.
You're exactly right, Coach. Quantez Dyson on that return. I had the it's hard with both teams are
in gold,
blue and gold.
Yeah.
And I've got my spotter board, blue with the outline of gold and gold with the outline of blue. Sometimes it's hard to
and I've
pick
done the
up which
same
one.
thing a few times already.
So the Lions get it back with a 2-touchdown lead and only 5:49 to play in the first half.
But they haven't needed much time to score thus far. They've been able to put it up pretty quickly.
Empty backfield. He's got a man open, and
I believe you're going to see a flag.
No.
Oh, yes,
no.
It was all day long.
I disagree, Coach.
Well, that's because you're a daggone basketball man.
That looked like great coverage to me.
Well, when that guy slows himself down and you bump him and you put your hands on him, it's interference, baby. You can see right here. You watch this.
Did he ever put his hands on him, though?
You don't have to put your hands.
Well,
look at that.
He did a little bit.
Oh,
he was face guarding. He was face guarding, but Tanner Patila, I thought, had great coverage right there. Good job, Tanner.
I thought the official made a good call.
Good job, Tanner.
Yeah, you keep doing that, Tanner. Coach is going to take you off the field if you listen to Alan.
The heck with that. 15-yard penalty brings it out to the 43, 1st and 10. And Loris trying to add to their 2-touchdown lead, go right up the middle with Deuce Stevens. Stevens, he's averaging over 11 and a half yards a carry, Coach.
Yeah, and, we really hadn't heard much from Deuce yet tonight because they haven't really run many offensive plays.
No, because Moon Gerald has been throwing darts all over the field.
He really has, and I think that the question about Moon is, can he do that when he's got a lot of pressure?
Here comes the pressure. He gets rid of it in a hurry. It was batted at the line of scrimmage, but it was still caught.
No, I think he called it incomplete. I think it must have hit the ground.
Okay. It must have hit the ground as Moon
and
Gerald.
we couldn't see it from here because he had his back to us.
I thought he might have gotten it anyway. It was a wounded duck after the ball was batted at the line of scrimmage, or deflected, at least at the line of scrimmage. It got there, but did not complete the pass.
And, Alan, one thing we haven't talked much about, but both of these teams have good linemen. And it's kind of hard to see when you see these skill guys making the plays that they're making. You can see how Dyson, and there again.
Well, that's going to be a pass interference for certain.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? He did the right thing. That defensive back did exactly what he should have. You'd rather have that 15 yards from the line of scrimmage than down here.
Counting 6 on the board.
Absolutely.
Because he was right in line with taking it to the house.
And the problem is most high school quarterbacks can't make that throw. That's a long daggone throw.
That is a long throw.
Now, he's still, and you can tell with him, Moon is just a junior, and he'll get stronger, and he'll be able to make those throws on the run later on. But right now, his arm strength doesn't quite allow him to make that throw.
Grim Lewis was the intended receiver. He was interfered with by Andrew Kreider. So that's the second consecutive interference pass downfield. 15-yard penalty moves it into North Myrtle Beach territory at the 39. Here's the snap. They hand off to the tailback. This is Roderick Persay this time, or Persha. Persha he's carried 14 times now for 160, we'll call it 3 yards. Just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, and again, I see two very balanced football teams right now, and the difference in this game to me right now is just Loris's explosiveness on offense.
They're running that clock down now. 4:24, 4:23, 22, 21. And Persha stays in the ball game. They fake to him and then swing it outside to Zamir Herring. Herring breaks one tackle at the line of scrimmage and picks up about 6. And Persha and whoever he was being guarded by, the ball was picked up.
Yeah, I think he laid it on the ground, and the guy picked it up and took off with it.
The whistle blew before the ball came out, so no fumble, and the clock continues to roll. It's going to be 3rd and 4 after the 6-yard pickup.
You know, what I'm seeing on the field really on both the offensive and defensive lines on both teams is just a very solid group of players, and that's refreshing to see.
Trip receivers to the right, one to the boundary side left. Single back pistol. North Myrtle Beach moves some defensive linemen around, and they grab the ball carrier in the backfield and drop him for a 1-yard loss.
And what they did, Alan, is after the play call, they shifted to the field and ended up guessing right on then. And they probably had some down and distance information that they utilized there.
4th and 5 on the play, so this is the first possession down we've had for Loris in this ball game with 3:03 to go.
Yeah, they have kind of had their way offensively. And really the thing is, North Myrtle Beach has done a great job controlling the football. They just haven't been able to put the points up when they needed to or wanted to.
Wando leads St. James 7-0. Checking the scoreboard, it's Stratford 10-7 over Socastee down in the Low Country. Oh my goodness. Irmo has jumped all over Carolina Forest in the first half, 35-0. Hannah Pamplico and Lee Central doing battle, no score just yet. Mullins and Latta, the same deal. Hemingway and Burke, no score. Lamar, Lake City, no score, and I don't think we have any elsewhere around the area. Conway and Marlboro County, 6-3 Bulldogs over the Tigers right now. Palmetto Christian leading the Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach 14-0. And Waccamaw last night jumped all over Johnsonville. So the two-time defending 1A state championship South or Low Country defender has fallen on hard times. They've lost 3 of their
and
first
I
4
tell
games.
you, Mondre Johnson does a great job at walking on. I'm so excited to see him have that kind of success because he's worked extremely hard and deserves it.
Man in motion was Berchet. And now they're going to tackle Cloninger, or make that Moon Gerald in the backfield. Big rush. First man to get there was Will McNeely, the nose guard.
And, you know, this played right into North Myrtle Beach's hands because if they can do something here, they're in this game. And you can see Moon just didn't have anywhere to go. He was going down the field. He got caught up in all that stuff. And there was nowhere to go then. And got your hats off to North Myrtle Beach. And let's see who that was. That was Tay Cox. No, I'm sorry. I'm doing the same thing you were now, Alan. That was Will McNeely.
Will McNeely on the tackle. That's the 4th sack of the season for North Myrtle Beach's defense. They've given up a lot of yards, but they've gotten to the quarterback a few times. They're allowing 33 points per game, 402 yards per game, 268 rushing yards. They're throwing it through the air right now, though. Big grab and a first down across midfield. That's a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down for the Chiefs, and they're going to try to cut this lead in half before we get to the break.
Yeah, and
2:46 to go. And we've got, well, they did move it across midfield. Oh, there's a penalty flag down. I think we're going to add yardage to this game, Coach.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what it was.
It was down at the 48 of Loris, and they're going to add 15
Had to be some
to it.
kind of personal foul.
Yep. The official obviously makes his indication to the far side of the field since that's the home side. We are on the visitor side in the booth tonight, so we can't tell exactly what the indication was. And like I said, the chains are on our side of the field too, which is different than normal. And Cloninger looking downfield, he overthrows his receiver, but he had a man in his face.
Yeah, and that ball was well thrown in because the bottom line was he didn't have anywhere to go with it, but he put it in a spot where it couldn't be picked off, and he didn't want to take a sack. He wanted the time to stop.
Yeah, that man was full-grown man, Jay Wilson, 6'3", 250-pound junior, right in his face.
Yeah, that'll make you throw it somewhere.
Single back pistol, twin, make that trip receivers to the left, none to the right. Ball on the right hash. Here comes the rush. Heavy rush. They throw the middle screen, and it's intercepted. No, it's caught.
It was caught, actually.
Yeah, it was caught. I thought it was going to be intercepted.
It appeared to me that it was caught over the line of scrimmage, and if it was, it's kind of hard to tell. I guess not. You can see right here,
let's see the CMC
linemen
replay.
are downfield, and if it's caught over the line of scrimmage, which it appears to be, then
Khalil Sherman on the grab.
Yeah, you couldn't see from that angle.
I think one of the offensive linemen may have strained a groin muscle, Coach. They were really holding the midsection area, and that is a painful injury.
I promise you it is.
And let's see if there's another penalty on the defense.
Wow.
There is. Let's see. Again, we do not see the indication from the linesman, but it moves it all the way into the that's what Ed said red zone, 15-yard penalty.
The only thing I can think of then, I don't know if we're probably too late on that replay, but I think you probably had a late hit on the quarterback. That's my guess.
All right, it'll be 1st and 10 from inside the 20-yard line, actually inside the 15. It's at the 14. They move the power side to the left. So does Loris. They give off to Prince. Prince carries for about 7 or 8 yards inside the 10, close to the 5.
And, Alan, that shift that Loris just made is what North Myrtle Beach has been waiting on. They've been taking those guys and putting them on the opposite side, hoping that they would shift into it, and then they would run it back where they came from.
Prince, who's carried it most of the time for North Myrtle Beach this year, looking for his first touchdown. And he's 6 yards away from it. 1st and goal, back at 2nd and 3. They can pick up a first down without picking up a touchdown.
And this red zone is so important in having a chance to win a football game.
Single back pistol. Here's the snap. They hand to Prince again. He is short of the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and short.
Can they get a first down? Yes, they can.
They can get a first down.
At about the 4-yard line, the 5. It's kind of hard to tell with the angle of the
three. I think they can get it at the 3.
Well, the angle of those chains is just
I
about
can't
impossible to tell.
It's hard to tell from this angle, but we'll say 3rd and 2 is right. Twins to the boundary side, 1 to the field side. He brings the man in motion to the field side. And throw in the end zone, batted down. Nice job by Khalil Sherman to smack it away.
And he had a lot of pressure on him then, and I think they're going to kick it in, Alan.
Well, they've got a good place kicker. Nico Miller does most of the place kicking, and Braden Russell is perfect 9 for 9 on the year.
Well, you know, the bottom line is you would love to get a score in here and go in 1 down in the game, 1 score down. But at the end of the day, they need points. Those points may come back.
I can't tell which one it is, Miller or...
I can't see the number either, Alan.
Russell. But it's on the right hash. He's going to have to hook it. The right footer. Here's the snap. It's a high one. He gets it down and it's blocked.
Now that ball can be advanced, Alan.
Goes out of bounds in the end zone. And that was Braden Russell, who had it blocked by the Loris defense. So he come away with nothing. That is twice.
I tell you, you got to be impressed with Loris's defense. I mean, they have given some plays up, but you can see they give a great effort right here. They come off the edge, and that's where it's blocked from, is off the edge.
A little bit low on the kick by Russell,
but nonetheless, what you got to do coming off that edge there, Alan, is as soon as you draw air, you have to flatten out. And he did a great job with that then. If you keep getting upfield, you're going to rough the kicker most of the time, or the holder.
Javon Johnson, guess what, Coach? That is his 2nd block kick of the year.
And some people have a knack for it because they understand the angles.
5'11", 210-pound senior. And the Lions have not gotten to Landon Cloninger tonight, but they have 8 sacks on the year for that Loris defense.
And I think what you're going to see here is you're going to see Loris just kind of control this ball and make sure they don't give anybody anything. And yet, North Myrtle Beach has got to back up in the secondary just in case they decide to go over the top.
Yeah, they only have to snap it 1 more time, but they're going all out. Wide receiver to the left, 3 to the right. But they hand it off up the middle. Play it safe with Deuce Stevens. And Stevens is stood up after a gain of about 4. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
You know, we hadn't heard Deuce's name much tonight, but I think a lot of that is that you just don't kind of feel like Loris has cranked up offensively.
And we're going to let the clock run out. Loris is satisfied with a 2-touchdown lead, 21-7. And we'll come back in just a couple of minutes with the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report. Great rivalry on the reservation. It's the Hank on the campus at North Myrtle Beach, where the Lions hold a 2-touchdown lead over the home team on the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
Please state the reason for your call.
Apply for a food truck loan.
Great. I heard Rude Duck Zone. Is that correct?
Food truck loan.
Great. I heard Wood Chuck Swarm. Is that correct?
Why do I put up with this?
I heard Nurple Ports Fish.
Okay.
Don't let a big bank make you feel small. No one offers more small business loans than Anderson Brothers Bank. Anderson Brothers Bank, treating you like family since 1933.
HTC is here to connect you to the things that matter most in your life by providing the area's largest fiber optic network to help you catch up with family. Check the weather for your morning stretch and set the stage for a night in with friends. Because whatever you're into, HTC Internet is here with the largest fiber optic network to connect you to what matters most. Take advantage of these great offers and learn more at htcinc.net today.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared,
spiced, sauced, bold, and guacced. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
ABC 15 News has been honored with a National Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Video.
For nearly 40 years, she's painted the Carolinas, all for the love of their natural wonders.
ABC 15 News, working for you.
Continue your education with Robinson Community College's short-term training programs, offering adult high school diploma, barbering, electrical lineman, EMT, fire and rescue, HR management, law enforcement, leadership, massage therapy, nail tech, nurse aide, pharmacy technician, pottery, insurance, real estate, truck driving, and more. Online and face-to-face instruction available. Visit us at our main campus in Lumberton or our Comtech location in Pembroke. Learn more at robinson.edu.
Aprende inglés gratis en RCC.
The all-new Myrtle Beach Hyundai luxury brand dealership is now open. Come see us.
This is the A&I Fire and Water Restoration Halftime Report.
Back at halftime, it's the A&I Fire and Water Restoration Halftime Report. 21-7. Loris leads the home team, and we want you to stick around after the game for the CW's regularly scheduled Friday night lineup of shows. We've had some great ones the past couple of weeks. I go home and watch some of that myself if we have time. Whose Line Is It Anyway? For an hour, back-to-back episodes, and Inside the NFL Week 1. It was an interesting Week 1 in the NFL for sure. So check that out. And then following that, stick around another hour because at 11:20, it's the End Zone with WPDE TV 15 and the ABC 15 crew out and about throughout the Grand Strand and the PD tonight. Upcoming schedule for this weekend, or actually in weeks to come. Next week there is no game because we have a NASCAR Xfinity Series playoff race. The first playoff race of the year in the Xfinity Series. So no game next Friday. So we have a bye week, Coach. You can enjoy your week off. And then we come back. We're over at the Darlington Falcons home where they'll play Lakewood. And Jamie Johnson has done a remarkable job turning that Darlington program around. And then we'll see my buddy Trey Woodbury as the Hannah Pamplico Red Raiders go to Lakeview to take on Darrell King and the Wild Gators. Tomorrow, ABC hosts the SEC. That's the SEC Now on ABC, and you'll see the big one. It's game day in town on ESPN, and then LSU in South Carolina on ABC 15 with Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit after they do the game day on Gamecock Park tomorrow morning. In fact, the gates open at 6:30. And then the airtime is at 9 o'clock. They'll move into the stadium at 11 o'clock for the last hour of game day. Then at 3:30, all SEC matchup, Texas A&M versus Florida in the Swamp. And to close it out, Georgia versus Kentucky tomorrow night at 7:30. Each week, we feature 2 scholar athletes, one from each school. At the end of the season, Benjamin Franklin, the punctual plumber, will give one scholar athlete a $5,000 scholarship. And here are this week's nominees. From the host school, North Myrtle Beach, it's running back Drew Prince, a GPA of 4.39. He started for 3 years in football, 3 years in track and field as well. You can tell these guys are sprinters. He's a member of the FCA. My man Chuck Jordan handles some of the FCA in the area with our good buddy Tim Renfro, and he is a church volunteer throughout the year. For Avery Todd from Loris, a GPA of 4.9. He too is on the varsity football team, 3-year varsity starter in both football and baseball. And in community involvement includes the member of the Bakers Chapel Baptist Church, the Operation Christmas Child Ministry, and visits local nursing homes with the football team on a regular basis. So congratulations to the Benjamin Franklin Punctual Plumber Athletes and Scholars of the Week. Hey fans, we're giving you an opportunity to vote for tonight's Anderson Brothers Bank Spirit Award. Scan the upcoming QR code or go to ABC 15's X Twitter page and vote for either of tonight's cheer squads, North Myrtle Beach and Loris. Here are your participants from the Anderson Brothers Bank.
Who's the best? Yell it loud from east to west. NMB, NMB. Chiefs. Who's the best? Yell it loud from east to west. NMB, 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 NMB. Let's go, Chiefs! Let's go, Chiefs! Let's go! Let's fight! Let's win! Tonight! Let's go! Let's Chiefs! Let's go! Let's fight! Let's win! Tonight! Let's go! Let's Chiefs! Let's go! Let's go! Let's Chiefs! Let's go,
All right, that's some spirit for you right there. I hope you scan that QR code and vote for your favorite cheer squad tonight on the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals. It's the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report with Loris in front of North Myrtle Beach 21-7. And we'll give you a full account of the first half highlights and the national highlights around the Friday Night Rivals games throughout the country. And yes, we made it this week, Coach. We'll do that when we return to the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report on the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
We'll be back with more from the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report. As Debbie approached the Carolinas, ABC 15's Weather Authority team kept you informed,
Weather-aware days Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
alerting you to tornado warnings.
This warning does include longs all the way down to Highway 90.
And flooding impacts.
As you can see behind me, there are cones, so be careful driving through.
This flooding is by far the worst I have yet to see.
Trust ABC 15 News, and the area's most experienced team of meteorologists are working for you.
Wiring issues? Sparking electrical outlets? Circuit breaker tripping? Call the electrical experts at Mr. Sparky and let us help you with any of your electrical problems. We install whole home generators, electric panels, indoor and outdoor lighting, and maintain solar electrical systems and more. We're here for you 24 hours a day, and we still don't charge to come out during normal business hours. No job is too big or too small. Call us, Mr. Sparky, and we'll be right over.
Leaving a legacy is about reaching the end of the track and making sure there's room for new things coming. The old values that built what started stay strong, while new hands take charge. MD Roofing is a house built on generations. That's what makes us strong. So you can trust us to keep your house strong too. We're MD Roofing, and we're part of your strong house.
DIY? How about DDIY? Don't do it yourself. Leave it to the professionals. Benjamin Franklin is your plumbing expert. We can take the hassle out of your home's plumbing. We can handle whole house repipes, unclogging your drains, installing water heaters, and help with any natural gas or inspections. And we're always there for you 24 hours a day. Benjamin Franklin is your punctual plumber. If there's any delay, it's you we pay.
Franklin Plumbing.
This is the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report.
Here with Tony Zach from Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, who's been a major sponsor for this event, Friday Night Rivals, for a while, and also a scholar athlete, going on 5 years now. Yeah. I know that's a big thing for you and your corporation because you get everybody involved in that.
Oh, yeah, it is. We always have such a great time looking at all the student athletes coming through, getting to select the one. What's so hard is that there's only one because they're all so deserving. But to be doing this for 5 years, and now that we're in Florence as well, we're just tickled to death to still be a part of it.
Well, I tell you what, we appreciate it, and I know those kids appreciate it. Anytime you can get an extra $5,000, it's a big deal.
Amen. It really helps out during college time. There's no doubt about that. So any funds are appreciated, and we're just happy to be able to give back to the community.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, my friend.
My pleasure.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Edie going for it all. Has a man out there. Catch is made. Touchdown. Slinger. Lucas Sun, another spectacular catch.
Scrambling for his life, being chased, has the corner, and goes over the top. And that effort's going to get him the first down. Well done, young man.
Here's Clear going deep down the near sideline. Amari Jackson, did he haul it in? It looks like he did.
That was tremendous.
Lights, camera, action, Jackson. First down and goal. And the toss. Buttery makes one man miss. Shakes off the tackle from left. He is still going. Buttery across the goal line. He is in for the touchdown.
It should go. Looking for Fry. Leaping grab. Touchdown, Hartford.
Nice. If they don't complete this pass.
So, Noah Legg.
You better make it. You better make it.
He gets all the way
did.
for the
He's in the end
touchdown.
zone.
Noah Legg, 10 yards for the Conway touchdown with just 23 seconds left on the clock.
We'll be back with more from the A&I Fire and Water Restoration Halftime Report.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Hello, everybody. I'm Cecil Chandler, and it's that time of the year when a lot of families are looking to buy a new car. And I was just checking on some new cars. Some people are leasing now. You can lease a 2024 Elantra for $199 for 36 months. How about the 2024 Sonata with leases starting at $249? And there's a 2024 Tucson for $269. Remember, here at Myrtle Beach Hyundai, we've got deals that'll make you smile.
When it comes to world-class orthopedic care and sports medicine services, CMC Orthopedics is with you every step of the way. Our team of highly skilled, board-certified orthopedic physicians specialize in a wide range of musculoskeletal problems with both non-surgical and surgical treatments. With a comprehensive range of services and cutting-edge technology, CMC Orthopedics helps your family live happier, healthier lives. CMC Orthopedics, medicine in motion.
No one likes a dirty diaper, including us. Diapers, syringes, needles, and other sanitary products should never be recycled. These pose a risk to our workers. Taking the extra step to make sure these items are disposed properly is a simple way to help aid in making our planet cleaner. Visit www.solidwasteauthority.org or www.recyclerightsc.org for more info on how to recycle right, South Carolina.
Robinson Community College, your source for higher education and short-term training needs. Offering accounting, basic law enforcement training, cosmetology, criminal justice, cybersecurity, electrical systems, EMS, HVAC, mechatronics, medical office administration, respiratory therapy, radiography, university transfer, video gaming and simulation, welding, and more. Online and face-to-face instruction available. Learn more at robinson.edu.
Aprende inglés gratis en RCC.
This is the A&I Fire and Water Restoration Halftime Report.
Here with Todd Setzer from A&I Fire and Water. Obviously, a big milestone for your corporation. Just talk a little bit about that and what people can get when they call A&I.
Super excited. 2024, celebrating our 50th anniversary. Started here in 1974, Myrtle Beach.
obviously had the opportunity to grow and expand in other markets, and so we're excited. Had a great 50th celebration, and looking forward to many, many years to come to continue to service the community and support sports, in particular football.
So what can people get when they call you?
They can get 24/7 emergency response. So we're 365. We do disasters, so everything from toilet overflow, roof leaks. Obviously, you go to the larger scale stuff from larger fires, natural disasters, some of the flooding that we've experienced in our areas. But no matter what, you're going to get a live person, 365, and someone to give you good service and walk you through the process.
I appreciate it. Thanks for everything. Thanks for being a part of Friday Night Rivals.
Thank you.
And back on the halftime reports, the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report, Coach. The Lions lead at 21-7. Time to take a look at the first half highlights.
Well, things look pretty even for the most part, Alan. North Myrtle Beach has actually gained 58 yards, 82 through the air, 76 rushing, and they've got 7 points on the board. Loris, on the other hand, has 103 yards passing, 123 passing, and only 13 yards rushing. But they're 7 for 9 throwing the ball, and they've had some long runs, as you can see here.
There's the big Grim Lewis touchdown to start the ball game. North Myrtle Beach came right back, though, as Landon Cloninger, after this sack, became, Mr. Steady, and he scores the touchdown on his second quarterback sneak attempt. And then on the ensuing kickoff, we go 93 yards. Grim Lewis to the house.
And he looked like he was the only one on the field.
He did. He ran away from, or actually on the first play, DJ Gibbs ran away from the defenders, and that time it was Grim Lewis. And here's the slant pattern for the touchdown that was a perfect throw and catch.
Yeah, and again, they lured the defensive back that should be under that with the roll.
Well, here's the blocked field goal attempt right at the end of the first half. Loris ran 2 plays to run out the clock, and that's where we stand, 21-7. Loris in front of the home team. We'll come back with the second half and wrap up the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report on the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
We'll be back with more from the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report.
Yes, sir. Well, we're all working from home today, but I can tell you that the partnership between the Anderson Brothers Bank and the Chanticleers is going great.
Here you go. Have a great day.
Get that loan done. We make it easy. Let's go out as champions. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family!
Ed Piotrowski's 3-Degree Guarantee, presented by Monarch Roofing.
Every weekday, I get the high temperature forecast correct within 3 degrees. Monarch Roofing will donate $50 to a local charity. This quarter, the money raised will be donated to Dragon Boat at the beach.
Tune into ABC 15 News at 5 to see Ed's accuracy and how much gets donated. So far, Monarch Roofing has donated over $10,000 to local charities. It's Ed Piotrowski's 3-Degree Guarantee, presented by Monarch Roofing.
Bad things happen sometimes. Fires, floods, hurricanes, broken water pipes, exploding water heaters. It can really mess up your home really bad. That's why moms and dads have been calling A&I for over 40 years. 40 years! They get it fixed. Fast. Really fast. My mommy said they made our house a home again. And mommy always tells the truth. A&I Fire and Water Restoration. Restoring more than just your home, restoring your dreams.
This season, ABC 15 Sports has added a little help to ensure that the End Zone remains the #1 football show on Friday night. Just drag the clip onto the timeline. So let's go to our game of the week. Who shot these highlights?
Catch the End Zone every Friday night starting at 11:20, only on ABC 15 News.
The all-new Myrtle Beach Hyundai luxury brand dealership is now open. Come see us.
We're here with Tony Zach from Mr. Sparky, who has been in Florence for 2 years here on the Grand Strand for a while, a staple in our community. A lot of things going on with you. What can people get when they call y'all?
Oh, yeah. Hey, we're glad to be here again doing the football sponsorship. They can call us if they need something as simple as a light switch. We're doing a lot of solar repair now, so we don't do any installations, but we've been repairing a lot of solar installations and anything from an EV charger, a whole house wire, rewire, to generators, surge protection, you name it, we can do it. We're mainly residential, so love being in the community and helping everybody out.
Well, I know you've been a sponsor for a long time, and we appreciate it. You're one of the best, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed being here.
All right. Well, another great one right here to help out on Friday Night Rivals.
Back to wrap up the A&I Fire and Water Restoration halftime report. The Loris Lions hold a 2-touchdown lead over the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. The Loris Lions are 3-0 coming in. North Myrtle Beach 0-3, but they are belying that 0-3 record. They are moving the football against this stout Loris defense. And Loris coming in ranked number 6 this week in the 3A statewide media poll. And you would say, Coach, I know, what does the media know anyway? But that's a pretty good ranking for this Loris team. And in the HS on SI, Sports Illustrated is ranking all the teams across the state in one poll, a top 25, regardless of classification. They have Dillon at number 8 and Loris at number 16 out of Region 5. That's going to be a heck of a game coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, that might be one of the toughest teams in this area.
So they certainly, Loris is outstanding, and they're getting the football to start the second half, but not before a hanky goes down before the kick. So looks like that North Myrtle Beach may have been offside before toe met leather. You got a 2-touchdown lead, the Lions in front, and they have outscored their opponents 156-6 coming in, but only giving up that 1 touchdown in the first half. Things started to move in the positive direction at Loris when Jimmy Longerbeam took over the program about a decade and a half ago. But then Jamie Snyder came in for a long tenure and kept that success, and now Greg Mance has just gotten it to another level, and they really feel like they can pay back some people this year, Coach.
Yeah, I think they're a strong football team, and yet I think they will tell you that their junior class is probably their most competitive class.
An SEC on ABC kickoff is out of bounds. It'll come out to the 35-yard line, and great field position for the Lions.
And, you know, it's clear to me, Alan, that they don't want to kick the ball deep.
No. They've kicked it once to Grim Lewis, and he took it to the house. So they don't want to kick it to him again. And, Coach, same for the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. Things started turning around. They were 0 for the 90s, basically. They didn't win but a handful of ball games in the entire decade. But coming in the early 2000s, they hired Perry Woolbright, whose father is a legend in coaching in South Carolina. He started to get the ball rolling here. Didn't have a winning record, but he put a winning attitude in this program.
Yeah, you could see a significant difference with Perry.
And then came Blair Harden from North Carolina, who started the success of this program. He moved to the upstate. They brought in Matt Reel. He continued it and actually finally overcame that hurdle that is the Myrtle Beach Seahawks and won the region and ultimately went to the state championship game 3 years ago.
Yep.
So now Greg Hill has the chore of getting this team back to that level again.
Yeah, and I've been impressed, very impressed with North Myrtle Beach tonight. I think they could be a good football team before the end of this year. But at the same time, it's tough to be 0-3 and trying to tell your kids, look, we got a good football team. Keep playing.
Well, they certainly do. Only gave up a yard on that play. It's 2nd and 9 from the 41. They started at the 40 after the penalty, out of bounds, and a nice swing pass out of the backfield to Quantez Dyson. Dyson makes the grab into positive territory, moves the chains on a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down. All the way to the Loris 43-yard line.
And I believe that's Rico Stevens right here, Alan, as he catches the ball and gets up the sideline. Got a little bit more girth to it. And
You're
Rio.
right. It was Deuce.
Rio.
Yep, Deuce Stevens out of the backfield. Makes the grab. And Loris is on the move at the 43. Deuce made his second grab of the season out of the backfield. And he gets the fake on this one, the play action, and the quarterback had a heavy rush in his face, so he just dumps it out of bounds to save a down. So, go just talk to me, Coach. Rio Stevenson, we've got.
What I was saying was I did the same thing you did with my spotter board. The colors are the same, so
right.
You got to make sure which number you're
reading. You mentioned it was Stevenson. No, it's actually Stevens.
Yes.
Deuce Stevens who made the catch. And but that's okay. It's, you're right. The spotter boards are almost identical, blue and gold. But now with North Myrtle Beach in those black jerseys tonight, they're hard to tell the number anyway. But a nice tackle by Campbell Kingston. And he broke up the play downfield, so it's going to be 3rd and long. Possession down for Loris.
And you know what, though? I think that what you'll see here is they'll use 2 downs to get this. I'll be surprised if they don't.
If they punt? You don't think they'll punt?
No, I don't
if they
think
don't
they'll
get the
punt
first
from
down.
Here.
Okay, Quantez Dyson is in the slot. Tay Cox is the wide out to the near side right. He sends Dyson in motion. They fake to the up back. He's looking deep. Here comes a heavy rush, and he was going to throw this middle screen, but he threw it right into the defender's face. Incomplete. 4th down and 10 upcoming.
Now, here's where you love having your quarterback punting, because Cloninger would be punting right now if the ball were on the other foot.
Yep.
But now they got to show their hand, and they're going to punt this one away, which I think is a good move.
A&I replay.
And you can see on the replay, he wisely just kind of threw this ball away. I think he had some kind of screen going on. And
yeah,
that's
he was
why
looking for the screen.
That's why they let the defenders come through, but then he couldn't find his back.
So Aiden Suggs is on to punt it away for the first time for Loris tonight. They went for it on a couple of times in the first half. Picked it up once, did not on the second, turned it over on downs, but scored on their other 3 possessions. 1 on a kickoff return. The near side official waves his hand to stop the clock. I believe Loris is short a man. So they trot on Roderick Percha and backs him up 5 yards because of a delay of game back to the 48-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and about 15 to go.
Yeah, and that doesn't hurt them a bit. Gives them a little more room to go ahead and kick it away.
Both receivers for North Myrtle Beach are standing at their own 15, 18-yard line. That's Caden Gore and Jaquel Davis. And it's going to be fumbled. Back to the 5. He runs all the way to his end zone. Now Caden Gore coming around the corner with it, and he's tackled inside the 10-yard line.
I'll tell you what, the big man, was that 52?
32.
32? He was getting after it. I thought that he was out of the play and wasn't going to make the play.
Here's the A&I Fire and Water Restoration replay.
You can see right here, he turned the Jets on.
Yeah, actually, that was North Myrtle Beach's return man, Anderson White. I haven't seen Anderson's name called at all tonight, but he is on that return. Normally it's Caden Gore and Jaquel Davis, but Anderson White gets the return, and he's tackled at the 9-yard line. 1st and 10. They've got a full-length field to go, but a big tackle on the right side.
Yeah, and you know what North Myrtle Beach really needs to do here is to get some space. They're pinned down here right now, and what they don't want to do is have to punt it out of here deep. But that was Avery Todd then, and he looked like he should have been outrun, but they couldn't outrun him.
Blashed right on top of the receiver, or on top of the running back. There you'll see it again. Or we did, but let's now go back to live play. They hand off to Prince. Prince trying to turn the corner on the right, cannot. Gets out to around the 14. It's going to be 3rd down and long.
And I tell you, getting the first down right here is so big for Loris right now because they just, for North Myrtle Beach, what they need to do is just get a little bit of space before they have to punt this out.
Tonight's game, I think I said in the pregame, the 58th meeting between the teams. It's the 54th overall meeting. North Myrtle Beach and Loris. Loris, surprisingly enough, holds the all-time advantage, 38-15. Here's a 3rd and 6 play. Pass downfield. Pass is caught. Stepped out of bounds. Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down for the Chiefs.
And that was a big first down, I'll guarantee you, because they did not want to punt out of their own end zone.
And the catch was made by Andrew Kreider. He has 15 yards per catch, and that one right there was good enough for 10 and a first down out to the 20-yard line. 38-15 advantage in the previous 53 meetings, but a double overtime win last year for Loris gave them their 2nd in a row, but previous to that it was 6 in a row by North Myrtle Beach, and included in that was a trip to the 3A state championship game. Actually, the 4A state championship game, because the classifications had changed.
Right.
They had changed the year before, and so they had moved up to 4A. But this is the first season that North Myrtle Beach has ever played in 5A.
Oh, yeah, it is, and Myrtle Beach as well.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a beach region this year, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Entire
Horry
County
always
schools.
Wanted. And I think that's not only good for football, but it's good for all of the sports, because now instead of driving to Sumter on a Tuesday night, your soccer team can get back because they've been to Myrtle Beach instead of Sumter.
Here's 1st and 10, and we may have had a pass interference. That was defensive holding. I think it's going to be called on Javon Johnson. He had the shirt tail of the intended receiver downfield. Is that Caden Gore?
I'd love to see that again, because I was talking about soccer.
Well, you were talking. I was going to say, you know all about that, Coach, having been athletic director. You got to deal with those budgets as the year goes on.
Oh, absolutely. And you can see right here on this, well, we don't quite get it down.
Yeah, we didn't see it, but he was he had a hold of his jersey.
I think what he did, he tried to do a stick move down there, and when he did, he grabbed him.
Yep. That was a defensive holding. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Brings it out to the 40. It's not a pass interference. That would be a 15-yard penalty. So it's 1st and 10. Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down for the Chiefs. Bring the power to the left side. That's the tight end. Brown Reeves as the lead blocker, and nothing doing on first down.
And I'll tell you what, somebody came through there then and just came off the edge and blew it up. He basically, when they moved the H back in the tight end to the other side, he came off the edge and made the play.
Javon Johnson's made a ton of plays tonight for that Loris defense.
He sure has.
So 2nd down and 11 on a 1-yard loss on the play. Cloninger with an empty backfield, steps up. Now he's going to run it himself. He's got positive yards. He's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down, so a 10-yard pickup.
Yeah, and he put it at about midfield, and they've done a great job getting out of their end zone down there, because they were pinned in. And they just slowly and methodically been able to get the ball out to midfield.
We'll call it a 9-yard gain for Cloninger. He's 2 yards short. They need to get to the midfield stripe for a first down. He looks to the sideline. Play clock still at 12, so plenty of time to call the play out. Single receivers right and left. They throw the underneath bubble screen, picked up the first down, and about 5 more to the far sideline. And it is going to be a first down. Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down for North Myrtle Beach. Let's see that on the replay. I didn't catch who caught that football. The A&I replay. Well, now it's a live play. They go, well, back to the receiver. Yeah, it was Caden Gore. As I thought, Gore picked up the extra 5 yards. And for the first time in the second half, North Myrtle Beach draws Loris offside for the 8th time in the contest.
And, you know, getting back to Caden Gore, he really, they love to get the ball in his hands. He returns punts. He returns kicks. He's got 117 all-purpose yards per game. And so they try to get the ball and give him opportunities every chance they can.
Yeah, he's come up with 70 yards receiving in each of the first 3 games. So he's well on his way tonight. Heavy rush across the middle, and it was intended for Gore. Or actually, that was Kreider. Kreider reached up for it, but couldn't bring it down. Gore, Kreider, and Reeves. Although they haven't targeted Reeves as the tight end, he's been basically the H-back blocking most of the night.
Yeah, you can see right here on this play. I hope to see this replay. I thought that safety could have laid him out right there. Boom, right there. And he took a little bit of a bad angle, but those are the ones where you want those wide receivers coming across the middle with their hands in the air. That is fun.
2nd and 5 after the penalty. On first down, they're going to pick up the first down. Another one inside the 35. The ball will be right on the 35 as Drew Prince, who ended his season 8 games in last year with a broken leg and has come back strong this year, averaging over 88 yards per game.
And again, I've just been impressed with North Myrtle Beach offensively now. They haven't been able to solve, you know, how to handle Loris's offense, but they have controlled the football on offense.
Twins right, Solo left. Looking that way, but he throws the wheel route to the
just
tailback.
A little ahead of him then.
Tailback Prince was trying to catch it in space, but instead it's over his head, incomplete, but it brings up 2nd down and 10 right at the 35.
That looks like an easy throw, but in reality it's a very difficult throw because it's lateral, and you also got to anticipate what angle he's getting up the field.
That's just about the same pass that cost my Wolfpack a beating last week at the hands of Tennessee. They threw a pick 6 on that same play.
Yeah, you throw it out there with the other color jersey and you're in trouble because it's going the other way.
Going the other way. And he just out-threw him by about 5 yards. And a walk-on took it the distance, 80 yards the other direction. So, but you got to regroup for tomorrow night against Louisiana Tech. Coastal Carolina going up to Philadelphia tomorrow to take on Temple. And, of course, Clemson has the day off while the Gamecocks host game day and LSU at Williams-Brice Stadium. They're a 7-yard dog or a 7-point dog in that game tomorrow. And here is a third down play, picking up maybe 3. So it's going to be 4th down and a long 6 at the 31-yard line.
And this is a big play because they need to cut this game to a 1-score game.
They have moved the ball so well without getting points out of it.
And so they need a play here, no question. Now, you got to give Loris a lot of credit for what's going on there.
Single back pistol, he's flushed out of the pocket, throws, hits his man on the sideline.
Was he inbounds? The official
says yes. The official marks it inside the 20. That's inside. That's what Ed said. Red zone, and it is 1st and 10 from the 19.
And if you look here, Cloninger moves, and that's an excellent throw on his part. He's working up the field, and he put it right there where the defender couldn't quite get his hand on the ball.
That's where I was going to say, only his man could catch it.
Yeah.
A jump pass that was on target by Cloninger. Cloninger, hands off. And the football's out. Picked up by Loris. There is a host of people with him. They got a blocker in front. And
if he would have been a little more patient, he could have taken that thing to the end zone. But he wanted to go so bad. If he had waited on his blocker.
Avery Todd picks up the ball on the bounce and brings it back into plus territory.
And that's the first time we've had a penalty in this ball, or a fumble or anything, in turnover in this ball game, Alan. If he had just waited on his blockers, but he wanted to get out there so bad.
Boy, the defender did a nice job of getting blocked twice and still making the tackle, keeping the points off the board at the 35-yard line. Another series of misfortune
in the
for
red
North
zone.
Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, and you know, the red zone hasn't been kind to them tonight.
All right, timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 5:14 to go. Loris in front, 21-7, as you watch the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
When it comes to world-class orthopedic care and sports medicine services, CMC Orthopedics is with you every step of the way. Our team of highly skilled, board-certified orthopedic physicians specialize in a wide range of musculoskeletal problems with both non-surgical and surgical treatments. With a comprehensive range of services and cutting-edge technology, CMC Orthopedics helps your family live happier, healthier lives. CMC Orthopedics, medicine in motion.
HTC is here to connect you to the things that matter most in your life. With the area's largest fiber optic network, HTC is here with the fastest speeds to help power your day. Do a little multitasking. Keep the peace. All to help your day run smoother than ever before. See how HTC is here to connect you to your world. And take advantage of these great offers today.
MD Roofing and Solar. It's time for the Raise the Roof fan cam. MD Roofing and Solar, building a legacy, one roof at a time. And the home of the Chiefs, they're still packed over there. Midway through the third quarter, Coach, their Chiefs are moving the football but get no payday at the end of the drives.
Yeah, and they've controlled the football for the most part. Now, at the same time, Loris has not had to control it because they've been so explosive.
So Loris has the football in positive territory at the 35-yard line. They move a man in motion to the right in a huge hole for the tailback, and he may take it all the way to the house. He does. Touchdown. 35-yard run for Deuce Stevens, his 6th touchdown of the year for the Lions.
And that shows you his separation speed. You can see right here several people have an angle on him, but they just don't get to him because of his separation speed. Right there, for example. And that's what separates the good ones from the average.
Look, like he might have just kind of slowed down a little bit to throw off the defender of the angle he had on him. So that's what a true running back's all about. We've got a penalty on the play, though. Are they going to take points off the board?
It looks like it appears that way by virtue of where Loris is going.
Well, I don't see the
I don't know what the
white
penalty
hat
was.
Well, Coach Mance is being explained to what the situation is, and he's not happy about it. Let's see what the indication is. A hold on the play downfield, and that's going to wipe off a touchdown by Deuce Stevens. They're going to mark it off from the point of the foul, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20, make it the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 15. They've not moved the chains yet.
They're going to give him the first down with the chains, but then they're going to mark it off. Or will that be the new line of scrimmage?
It would have to be from the 15 because they scored a touchdout.
Yeah, but look
on
at
the play. But they haven't moved the chains yet.
They're on the 10-yard line is what it is.
No, they're on the 15.
It looked like they're trying to run a play, but the coaches were talking to the officials.
They haven't moved the chains yet, which I guess the guys on the chain gang don't move until they're told to move.
You are correct.
And now, are they going to be told to move? Finally, they are. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. And I think the head ref has really lost control here in the last couple of seconds.
I think what happened here, Alan, I could be mistaken, but because he scored, they mark it at the end of the play where the ball was down. And being in the end zone, it came out 15 yards from the end zone, I guess.
I thought it would have been just marked it off from the point of the foul, a 10-yard penalty from the point of the foul, and it was downfield.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know, but I do know this. This game has been so well played thus far, and right now getting a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, false start against Loris is going to back them up 5 more, so it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 20-yard line. So they can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown, but It would be deep inside that's what Ed said, red zone. Ed Piotrowski celebrating 30 years as head meteorologist, chief meteorologist for ABC 15. Give off tackle left for the Lions.
You know, Alan Deuce has got a lot of acceleration, but he also runs with a low center of gravity and runs with a lot of power.
4-yard pickup makes it 2nd down and 11. Need to get to the 5 for a first down. Single back pistol.
And this is where Loris has been real good, is being able to get in the end zone once they got close.
H-back to the left, wide out to the left, 2 to the right. He's looking across the middle. That slant pattern would have been a touchdown, but he threw it a little bit behind him, and a great defensive play by the Chiefs.
Oh, there's no question. That was a great breakup then by well, heck, he's not even on our spotter board, but he needs to be.
Let's see.
That was Kreider, Andrew Kreider.
Kreider.
He does a great job of coming over and getting his hand in there. And evidently he's playing both sides of the ball. He's not listed on the defensive board.
He's listed as free safety.
Yeah, a backup.
Yeah, backup free safety. That was his 3rd pass breakup of the year. And here's another pass. This one's going on the fade in the left corner. Touchdown to Grim Lewis. Perfectly thrown ball by Moon Gerald.
And that's a hard catch to make when it's over your shoulder, over your head. That was an excellent catch. And when we get to the end of that throw, can you slow it down?
And what a catch.
Heck of a catch.
Kept his eye right on it. Got both feet down, and Kreider was a step slow and a step late. And that is, I believe, 19-yard touchdown pass, Paul? Okay. Yes, you're right, because it was a 4-yard pickup. 16-yard touchdown, and the left-footed kicker puts it up and through. It's a 3-touchdown lead for Loris now. We take time out on the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
We at Anderson Brothers Bank are proud of our new partnership with Coastal Carolina Athletics. Now let's meet some of our super team.
I'm Derek. This is Ashley. She does home loans, and I do home runs.
I'm Collier. Long balls bring in the loan requests. I played in high school.
I'm Blake. This is Kia. We're teaming up to give you simple, quick, personal loans.
AVB and CCU, we make it super easy.
A majority of families have one recycling bin in their kitchen. That's a great start. But having multiple bins around the house will allow you to make sure other items don't get missed when the time comes. Put one in the bathroom for cardboard and shampoo bottles. Put one in the office for printer paper or old files. Put one in the garage for project waste or trash from the car. Visit www.solidwasteauthority.org or www.recyclerightsc.org for more info on how to recycle right South Carolina.
And that was a 4-play, 35-yard drive for Loris. They ended up scoring on a 16-yard touchdown pass, and it took them 56 seconds on that drive. And that's kind of been the name of the game. Loris has had to work extremely easy. It's been easy for him to get in the end zone. And North Myrtle Beach, on the other hand, has been so impressive, but they've had to earn everything all the way down the field.
Loris is averaging 33 points a game. North Myrtle Beach has been giving up about 21 a game. So right now we're in the middle of that. And we've got your scoreboard update. Wando's leading St. James 15-12. We've got Mullins over Latta 6-0. Stratford leading Socastee by a couple of touchdowns 20-7. Here's your SEC on ABC Kickoff. Received at the 18-yard line by Anderson White. And White returns it to close to the 30. It'll be 1st and 10, North Myrtle Beach right there. So they're down 3 touchdowns now, Coach. What do you do with a quarter and 4 minutes remaining? So that's about 16 minutes left in the game.
Unfortunately, if they play the same style they've been playing, they don't have enough time really to take it down the field 3 times. So they got to open it up a little bit. Now, you don't want to open it up to the point that you take yourself out of the game, but you got to take some shots down the field, maybe a little bit more than what you have been doing.
Cloninger has been on target most of the night, but they get in that Ed zone, or that's what Ed said, red zone, and we're just going to start calling it the Ed zone. They get in that Ed zone, and they can't do anything with it. They come away with 0 points.
Yeah, and time is against them now, and you can say, well, how's that? You're in the third quarter. But one thing that Loris has really done a great job with defensively is they haven't allowed things to get behind them.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 5 after the pickup for the Chiefs. They hand our fake to the up back. That's Jaden Chestnut, and then swing it out to the left to Caden Gore. He picks up the Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down and about 10 more.
Yeah, and they had an excellent block there then, and that's what sprung Caden loose. And that's the great thing about throwing it on the perimeter. You got 2 offensive players out there, 1 defender, and if you get a block on him, you're in space.
That was an epitome of a sling right there. He slung it out to Caden Gore, and he picked up the first down after 5 and then gained 10 more to the 42. Got a play action pass. That is a catch across the 45 to the 44.
And what they're doing right here, Alan, they're just counting numbers, and they've got one defender out there on those 2 guys. They're going to block with one, throw it to the other.
Anderson White on the catch and the 9-yard gain. 2nd down and 1 at the 44-yard line.
It's coming out here.
Single back pistol. He's going to go deep. Single coverage, and it's overthrown, but you got to give Khalid Sherman a great job. I mean, he was with him step for step and kept his hands to himself.
He sure was, and he tried to do a stop and go type move on him then, and he played it so well. He kept his balance and turned with him.
So 3rd down and 1 for North Myrtle Beach. Not a bad time to take a shot there.
No, I think it was a good call on their part because, like you said, they're going to need a fast score somewhere in these points that they're trying to generate.
Exactly. We'll go under 3 minutes on this play. The handoff to Jaden Chestnut picks up the Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down on 2nd effort. Chestnut, this is just his 2nd game. He had 4 carries coming in. That's his first tonight, and he gains a first down for North Myrtle Beach. Timely effort for Jaden Chestnut.
Yeah, and I think, what Loris is trying to do now is make them earn what they get. They don't want to give them anything cheap and over the top because they know that time is on their side.
Kreider and 2 of his friends are on the boundary side, and they're going to go deep for Caden Gore. He's got it. Touchdown, North Myrtle Beach. Perfect drop in the bucket by Landon Cloninger for Caden Gore, and the blue lights start flashing here at the Hank.
No doubt that was well thrown, and again, this is what North Myrtle Beach need to do. I got to give them an A+ on their play selection here because they run it enough to make you honor it, and then at some point they had to take a shot down the field, which they did, and it was right for them.
39-yard touchdown throw and catch into the hands of Caden Gore, and boy, I mean, when I say dropped it in the bucket, he just put it right where he could reach out and let it fall right in the between his arms.
Now, the question you have to ask yourself now is, what do I do to try to squelch Loris's offense? Because that's been their problem. They haven't been able to run with Loris's offense so far. Loris has been able to score quickly.
Let's take a look at that drive, Coach. A quick strike. You said they needed one, and they get it. A 28-14 score now with 2:33 to go.
And that was a 6-play drive, and they covered 71 yards in that, which is over 10 a play. And their final play was a 38-yard touchdown pass. But the important thing is they're down 3 scores, and they were able to make one of those scores up in only 1 minute and 41 seconds off the clock. So it's a different ball game right now because of the quick score. Not just a score, but the quick score.
2:33 remaining in the third. So North Myrtle Beach wants to get it back, or at least stop Loris and get the football back so they can put some more up in a hurry. Third quarter score, Irmo leading Carolina Forest 55-0. Marlboro County over Conway 26-10. Got Waccamaw, as we told you, beat Johnsonville last night 42-8. I'm looking for some tonight's scores.
That one surprised me.
It certainly did me too.
I tell you, I love to see Amandre play well. He does an excellent job. He's a good football coach, and he's made a difference there.
North Myrtle Beach making darn sure they keep the ball out of the hands of Grim Lewis, don't they?
I tell you what, I don't blame him. I wouldn't kick it to that rascal for love nor money.
If they kick it out of bounds again, they're going to give them the football at the 40-yard line this year, Coach. I thought it was the 35.
It's supposed to be the 35.
Yeah, it is 35, but maybe they got a 5-yard penalty on that last kick out of bounds that added to that 35 yards. They started at the 40 because they had a penalty against the kicking team. So
well, it's going to be interesting to see how patient Loris is willing to be right here, because my guess is that they want to be a little methodical. They want to start really establishing the run to the point that they are able to take a shot on a short yardage play.
It was an end zone touchdown for North Myrtle Beach. After the game, flip over to ABC 15 for all the highlights from our area on the end zone with sports director Brandon Dunn. The end zone starts at 11:20, and we've got a penalty before the ball is snapped. Looks like it's going to be on Loris, a false start.
Yeah, it was an offensive lineman that moved inside. But nonetheless, again, I think Loris, what they want to accomplish right here is if they can't take it down and score, they want to give it to them deep and put them on a long field, because time is their buddy right now.
Yep. 1st and 15 at the 30. Moves the man in motion left. They hand off to the tailback. And that's Deuce Stevens.
I couldn't tell if it was Deuce or not. They're on the other side of the field. But it is.
Deuce only gains about a yard. We'll say no gain on the play, so it's 2nd down 10. Well, they're going to give them, wait a minute, they give them 4 yards, so
yeah,
that'll be 2nd down and 11 on 1st and 15. So a 4-yard gain.
And the best thing about Deuce Allen, he's just a sophomore.
Snap and hand off to the fullback, and he goes again. There's Deuce Stevens. Stevens took it in from 35 earlier. It was called back on a hold, but this time he gets it into North Myrtle Beach territory on a huge gainer and a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down.
And that was great play selection there. They've been working the perimeter even with the run and the pass, and they went right up the gut on this one. They widened those linebackers a little bit, and once they felt that, then they hit it up the seam.
And he's going to try it once again and find more room to run. Another gainer, about 8 yards, and boy, for a wide body, he's got a small base, Coach, and he can, once he gets those legs, those shoulders squared, he's hard to bring down.
And they're going to give him a break right here, and he's going to be replaced with Roderick Portia.
Yeah, Portia.
And Roderick himself has 4 touchdowns on the year.
Yep, 4 touchdowns and 13 carries for 131 yards. He carried once earlier. They're going to keep the ball on the ground and move the chains. That's enough for a Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down.
And I'm sorry, Alan, but they're accomplishing exactly what they want to right now. They not only want to get down and score, they'd love to go up or score, but time is more important than the score to them right now.
They'll start the clock when the ball is marked ready for play. Under a minute now to play in the 3rd quarter. 14-point lead for the visitors. They hand off again to Portia. Portia turns on the corner. He's got it to the 20. Shakes and bakes, slides away from 2-3 tacklers. Gets a couple of blockers in front of him at the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Roderick Portia. What a run.
Yeah, he reversed field, and he's just got too much speed for you to have to turn and chase him down. But you can see right here, Alan, he did a good job of following his blockers initially, but then when he started cutting back, that can be dangerous stuff, because that's usually when a ball comes out or when you get knocked out. But nonetheless, they couldn't get the pads on him, and so he put it in the end zone.
Boy, that was as pretty as a Porsche right there, wasn't it, Coach? For the touchdown. Takes it the distance, and they're back up by 3 scores. Here's the extra point. The left-footed kicker again. Takes the snap. Here comes the rush. The kick is up, and it is perfect. And Loris continues to roll offensively.
And, you know, the difference I'm seeing in this ball game is just Loris's daggum explosive offense,
They have been.
power.
The coaches talk about explosive plays all the time.
And you can see this is nothing but I mean, boom, boom, boom. He's just using his great speed and acceleration just to make that thing happen.
Cutting on a dime.
And, of course, the problem with that is you got to make sure you secure that football. Now, that was a 6-play, 65-yard drive, 32-yard run, and it took about 2 minutes to get in the end zone. And there goes Porsche on the sideline, and he doesn't even look like he's winded, Alan.
Porsche's getting a lot of dap from his teammates, and he deserves it. That was a nifty cut and slide run right there by the backup tailback. But like you said, Coach, that's his 5th touchdown of the year. So
yeah, he and of course now they've been in a position where they could play a lot of their young players too,
yep.
And that's always good. And the bottom line is when you can do that early on in the year, you prepare those guys so that when you need them later on, you got them ready to go.
So Loris up 35-14. They're exceeding their average on the year of 33 points.
I think what you're going to see out of North Myrtle Beach now, I think it looked like he hesitated to kick the ball for whatever reason.
The ball fell off the tee just as he approached it.
Yeah,
fell off the tee just as he approached it. So they're going to get a do-over on that one. No penalty against North Myrtle Beach, or against Loris, excuse me. And again, after the game, flip over to the ABC 15 for all the highlights from our area. On the end zone is Sports Director Brandon Dunn. And the end zone starts at 11:20 on ABC 15 News.
You know, this third quarter, it seems like we've had 3 minutes in the third quarter for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
The third quarter's lasted as long as the entire first half.
And it went fast initially, and then it just kind of slowed itself down for whatever reason.
Well, a lot of scoring going on now, and got. I really like. Go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say. Then it looked like Loris had finally been able to wear down the North Myrtle Beach defense just a little bit. They weren't quite as crisp as they've been thus far.
Single back pistol, trips to the left. Here comes a single rusher. That is outside defensive end, Javon Johnson, who has wreaked havoc in that North Myrtle Beach backfield. This time they run away from him and pick up about 3, 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, and I've been impressed with Cloninger most of the night. He's really made some good throws and good decisions. And if they're going to get back in this game, it's going to have to be on his shoulders.
Yeah, we've got 2 good signal callers tonight. These guys are directing their offenses to a T. Jaden Chestnut stays in the ball game for North Myrtle Beach, giving Drew Prince a breather. He's got Caden Gore out wide to the left, and we got a timeout on the field. Or is that they're going to run the clock out? Thank you, Paul. Run the clock out of the third quarter, so that's going to give us a chance to take a breather ourselves. The Lions 35, the Chiefs 14 from the Hank. It's the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
Bad things happen sometimes. Fires, floods, hurricanes, broken water pipes, exploding water heaters. It can really, really mess up your home really bad. That's why moms and dads have been calling A&I for over 40 years. 40 years! They get it fixed. Fast. Really fast. My mommy said they made our house a home again. And mommy always tells the truth. A&I Fire and Water Restoration. Restoring more than just your home, restoring your dreams.
Leaving a legacy is about reaching the end of the track and making sure there's room for new things coming. The old values that built what started stay strong, while new hands take charge. MD Roofing is a house built on generations. That's what makes us strong. So you can trust us to keep your house strong too. We're MD Roofing, and we're part of your strong house.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Hello, everybody. I'm Cecil Chandler, and it's that time of the year when a lot of families are looking to buy a new car. and I was just checking on some new cars. Some people are leasing now. You can lease a 2024 Elantra for $199 for 36 months. How about the 2024 Sonata with leases starting at $249? And there's a 2024 Tucson for $269. Remember, here at Myrtle Beach Hyundai, we've got deals that'll make you smile.
HTC is here to connect you to the things that matter most in your life by providing the area's largest fiber optic network to help you catch up with family. Check the weather for your morning stretch and set the stage for a night in with friends. Because whatever you're into, HTC Internet is here with the largest fiber optic network to connect you to what matters most. Take advantage of these great offers and learn more at htcinc.net today.
Pick up your pet rescue sticker at ABC 15.
North Myrtle Beach cheerleaders trying to give their guys a little extra energy. They're down 3 scores going into the fourth quarter, Coach. And there's the Loris cheerleaders on the other side.
And I think this possession is probably for North Myrtle Beach the most important possession of the game.
Well, there's no question they've got to get points on the board right here as they flip it over and they go from left to right now as we look at the field at North Myrtle Beach. We're on the visitors' side, obviously, so could be different from what you're used to. As we've got trip receivers to the top of your screen, one to the bottom. That's the boundary side, and they're looking that way. Swing pass out to the tailback, Jaden Chestnut, but it's only a pickup of about 2, so it's going to be 3rd down and short.
And that was a nice catch by Chestnut then. He just kind of reached out with one hand and pulled that thing in. Watch him right here when he lays it out. That's not an easy catch, I'll tell you.
And he pulls it in.
Couldn't quite see it, but he did a good job concentrating on that ball, pulling it in.
You're right, and he heard footsteps too. You can tell.
He knew where the sideline was.
So it's 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 4 at the 40-yard line. Need to get to the 45. Swings the man in the backfield to his right. And looking that way, he fires out right at the first down stick. I think they're going to call him short, Coach. Maybe not.
Yeah,
I think he got the first down.
Very close. And what they're doing, and they're doing this over and over, they're basically taking that outside receiver and hooking him up at the sticks or at 8 to 12 yards. And then they're taking that back and putting him outside. And that one defender, if he backs into the curl route, they're taking the hitch.
CMC replay.
Yeah, see, he doesn't back into it then. He stepped up to take the swing route, and he took the hitch real quick.
Yeah, I thought where the official marked it, it might be enough. They put 4th down on the stick. Now the head linesman says, nope, move the chains.
Well, and if it were 4th and 1 right there, I think North Myrtle Beach has got to go for that.
Yeah, it's a first down. Myrtle Beach Hyundai first down, so they get it at the 45. The chain gang is very reluctant to move the sticks until they're absolutely forced to.
Well, and they're correct in being that way.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 45. Single back pistol. Trips to the top. Empty on the bottom. Tight end's going out for a pass, though. That is Brown Reeves. He was open for a minute, but the quarterback, Cloninger, never looked his way. He was fixated on the receiver on the far sideline, overthrows him out of bounds, so it's 2nd and 10 from the 45.
And the good thing about the rollout pass that they're utilizing there is that it gives you an opportunity to throw the ball wide, to get it on the perimeter and get out of bounds with it, save time. The problem is that it allows the defense to condense that side too. And so the throws that you make have to be pinpoint. They got to be exact, and that's the hard thing to do.
Trips to the left, none to the right, and here comes the heavy rush. I was going to say he's going to slide out of it, but no, he's not. As Javon Johnson, you know, Coach, he might be a guy we could consider for player of the game.
I tell you, we've called his name many times. There's no question about it, and he's been in a position at that defensive end position that's going to be an active role in a game like this anyway. You can see he comes off the edge here, and he doesn't let things get outside of him. Good play on his part.
He has been a disruptor on the defensive side of the ball for the Lions tonight. So, twins to the left, one to the right. Ball on the right hash. Here's the snap to Cloninger, third and long. Need about 20. He's going to run for it and get pushed out of bounds. Maybe a late flag? No.
Yeah, I was thinking the same way you were. They didn't need to put their hands on him then. You want to help him out of bounds a little bit. That's just
right.
being nice.
Absolutely.
But at
Give
the
him a
same
hand.
time, you got to be careful.
Invite him to go out of bounds. But that was Johnson that was running after him. Gains about 4, so it's 4th and 16. North Myrtle Beach is going to have to punt. From here on out, Coach, you think they're going to have to, regardless, to go for it?
I think that North Myrtle Beach in this case, it's imperative that they get a stop right now.
End over end kick.
And so I think what you're going to see, if he gets around all that, I'll go out there and kiss him because he had the army on him then.
They had a whole bunch of Chiefs over top of Quantez Dyson. Dyson brings it out to the 35, and that's where the Lions will have it when we return. 9:22 to play with a 3-touchdown lead for the visitors from Loris on the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
When it comes to world-class orthopedic care and sports medicine services, CMC Orthopedics is with you every step of the way. Our team of highly skilled, board-certified orthopedic physicians specialize in a wide range of musculoskeletal problems with both non-surgical and surgical treatments. With a comprehensive range of services and cutting-edge technology, CMC Orthopedics helps your family live happier, healthier lives. CMC Orthopedics, medicine in motion.
I know I've messed up in the past. From now on, there will be $0
delivery fee.
What?
With Dash Pass, you pay $0 delivery fee on DoorDash.
To zero!
Dash Pass, your door to $0 delivery fees. DoorDash.
Catch Ginger's Eve weekday mornings on Good Morning America for your national weather.
Then turn on ABC 15 News and catch Ed for your local forecast in the evening.
ABC 15 is your weather authority.
That's what Ed said.
9:22 to play in the football game. The Lions, their explosive offense tonight has been too much for North Myrtle Beach to this point. North Myrtle Beach has been methodical. They've been successful on most of their plays, but once they get in that's what Ed said, red zone, they just kind of implode.
But, Alan, it's also been indicative of their season thus far.
Exactly.
They have played well offensively, and they've been able to move the football. They've been able to score, but they haven't been able to stop the other team when need be.
Deuce Stevens, he rumbles his way to a 6-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 4, but, man, does he move those broad shoulders quick and shifty.
Yeah, Deuce has been quite impressive tonight, and I think he's
really
the kind
has.
of back that can hold up, too.
He stays in the ball game with Moon Gerald. Gerald has been tight. They give it to him again. Oh, big hit. That's a pancake right there, Coach.
Yes, sir, I tell you, he came up and laid a lick on him, and again, that was just one of those licks that you say, Coach, you did get that on film, right?
Yeah, this is Brycey Gore, Coach. Watch this. And I'm going to tell you who Brycey is. What a tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Brycey is the youngest son of Milton Gore, who used to be football coach and athletic director here at North Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, and I've got a deep respect for Milton. He's a good man and was an excellent football coach. Was an excellent football player, too.
He was. Great guy. Love Milton Gore. Here's a give right up the middle. Big run. That's Deuce Stevens. Stevens still on his feet. Inside the 40 to the 39, and they force him all the way out of bounds, and they're going to add 15 to it.
Well, and what they were doing in their defense, they were just trying to get the ball loose. They just kept going after it a little too late out of bounds. I don't think there was anything dirty there or anything like that. It was just a matter of them trying to strip that ball. And you can see right here, if we see the tail end of it, you see their hands going in trying to grab that ball out there because it's really the only chance they got right now.
Great
is
job.
to get the ball, and Deuce does a great job of holding on to it.
Yep.
Now, he did push him at the end right there, That was one of those linemen. They figure if they run that far, they're going to hit somebody.
I was going to say, that was just frustration. You're going to make us run this far, and you're not going to go down?
You're going to make me run all the way across the field. I get to do something.
Yeah. You won't go down to the ground, dadgummit. I'm going to give you a little something.
And I think this is what you're going to see the rest of the game out of Loris. They're just going to try to grind it out and grind that clock down. If they score, fine. If they don't, fine. They probably prefer not to score just as well.
So takes it all the way down to the 27-yard line of North Myrtle Beach, and a 3-score advantage is just going to give them a chance to run clock. Got an up back deep bow, almost a mesh point disaster right there on the handoff.
We got a scrum going on now. That looks like a rugby scrum.
Rugby scrum. A lot of Chiefs in there on that tackle.
You know, they've changed the rules on that. Before, you couldn't actually get behind that back and push them.
That's right.
And I like it. I like being able to push them.
I do too, Coach. I'm with you on that. I like what they call that.
Kind of like, all right, we got more weight over here than you do.
Yeah, they call that the tush push. The tush push. I like that, don't you, Coach?
Absolutely.
I like that too. Be able to push that running back from behind. Here's the snap. Moon Gerald hands off. Jet sweep here to Roderick Persha. Persha again, that was the big touchdown run on the last series, but he takes it inside the 15 on this carry.
And you know what I like about Porsche? He's a nice compliment to Deuce.
Absolutely.
Deuce gets in there and he runs with his pads down. He's gonna run over if you just get a little bit of hiccup in your step. And then Porsche gets in there and he's gonna run around you. I think they complement each other extremely well.
I totally agree. 1st and 10 at the 12, so they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown inside the That's What Ed Said red zone. Ed Piotrowski, chief meteorologist, has snapped over the head of the quarterback. They just need to fall on that. Keep possession of the football. You don't want to give anything up, make a disaster out of it.
Absolutely. The best thing you can do there is just fall on it like you said and just run your plays out, take as much time as you can, and let them have the ball back. Chief, you still got a commanding lead. You got a 3-score lead.
And you got possession. So it's still 2nd down. They have to get to the 2-yard line for a first down, but still.
Yeah, they got a ways to go.
Chief meteorologist Ed Piotrowski celebrating 30 years at ABC 15. Love my man Ed. Here's a swing pass out to the right. That's Anderson. Anderson breaks a tackle, turns it up down the right sideline. And Anderson White, 5'7", 145-pound senior. Hadn't heard much from him tonight, but when he's touched the football, it's been an excitement.
Yeah, and he's got a good burst of speed, no question about it. And what they're doing, they're just, because they're running the football between the tackles effectively, they're waiting for opportunities outside for that overhang defender to get in the box. And as soon as that overhang defender gets in the box, they take it outside right now. And it's great football. And if they miss a tackle out there, he's gone.
Pushed Anderson White out of bounds, stops the clock, but they give it off to Persha. Persha again. Oh, he's tripped up, shoestring tackle. May have saved 6, and we got a late penalty flag
we got a flag down. It looked like it came in the secondary, which is probably somebody blocking somebody in the back downfield.
And Persha's cramping up a little bit. Cramping up. Keep that leg straight. Keep that leg straight. I get those once in a while.
He'll straighten it out sooner or later, I promise you.
Yeah, he's trying to walk it off here on the sideline. That's going to be another penalty against Loris. So they may run out the clock.
Well, you know, Loris is I worry about a team sometimes, Alan, that is playing so well early on in the season, as Loris is right now. But I'm encouraged by the penalties and the self-inflicted stuff that they've had tonight, because what it tells me is they still have a long way to go, and that they've got 35 yards or 270 yards.
This is coming in. They had 35 penalties for 270 yards.
Yeah.
And that's not good in 3 games.
No, it's not. And yet I say it is good because that's where a lot of improvement can be made to make you a better football team. And they're doing it, and they're making those mistakes, and yet they're beating people down. And so when you can do that, I think it's a good sign that you can get better and better and better.
Moon Gerald kept that one himself this time. Tried to get to the first down stick, but he came up about 2 yards short. So it's going to be 4th and 2. They're saying 4th and 5 on the 7.
And I think it's wise right here to give your kicker a chance in this situation to let him get used to putting points on the board, because you never know when you might need that guy later on. And there's nothing to give him these chip shots a lot of times, gives him just the confidence that he needs to kick one in from way out.
The left-footed kicker, William Suggs, puts it right down Broadway to put his team up 38-14 with 5:39 to go in the contest. And we're back with the full drive stats after the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals timeout.
You know,
continue your education with Robinson Community College's short-term training programs, offering adult high school diploma, barbering, electrical lineman, EMT, fire and rescue, HR management, law enforcement, leadership, massage therapy, nail tech, nurse aide, pharmacy technician, pottery, insurance, real estate, truck driving, and more. Online and face-to-face instruction available. Visit us at our main campus in Lumberton or our Comtech location in Pembroke. Learn more at robinson.edu.
Aprende inglés gratis en RCC.
Clogged toilets? Is your kitchen sink backed up? Do you have a leaking faucet? Call the experts at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing and let us help with any of your plumbing problems. We repair leaky or broken water heaters, fix frozen pipes, unclog sewer lines, and even repair garbage disposals. We're here for you 24 hours a day, and we still don't charge to come out during regular business hours. Benjamin Franklin is your punctual plumber. If there's any delay, it's you we pay.
38-14 your score with 5:39 to play in this contest. Big lead for the visitors, but it's time for the MD Roofing and Solar Raise the Roof fan cam, showing the North Myrtle Beach fans is starting to thin out in the Booster Club section a little bit there in the fourth quarter, down 3 scores. But MD Roofing and Solar, building a legacy, one roof at a time.
And that last drive was exactly what the doctor ordered for Loris, because it was an 8-play drive, 65 yards, and they ended it with a 24-yard field goal. But the key was they took 3 minutes and 48 seconds off the clock. So, again, it's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Even used the fumble and the penalties to their advantage with the clock.
Yes, they did.
So now they're on to
but nonetheless,
the ensuing kickoff.
And nonetheless, I think the important thing with Loris right now is they have a lot of room for improvement, but they're playing very good football. And just to think that they can continue to improve, I think is an exciting thing.
Line drive kickoff on the SEC on ABC. Kickoff for Loris, and it bounds all the way into the end zone, and it'll be brought out to the 20, 1st and 10 for the Chiefs right there. So we'll have to see as the weekend unfolds what the reasoning behind the resignation of Ray Tanner today as the athletic director of the University of South Carolina on the eve of ESPN Game Day coming to town, and only 3 games into the regular season. That just football season. That just seems to be a strange time to announce your resignation. But the athletic director at Coastal Carolina now may be kicking himself for leaving a few weeks early. And he may have had that job.
You're trying to start a
I'm sorry.
You just need to hush.
Yeah, you're right. I need to hush up. So, scores for the area right now. Wando leading St. James 28-12. They back up North Myrtle Beach for a false start before they snap the football. So it's 1st and 15. Across the middle, actually on the right boundary, and a big hit by Khalid Sherman. Boy.
Wow, that we've seen some good licks tonight.
Big lick.
And that was one of them. I hope we get a chance to see that again, because he's talking a little bit now. He said, boy, I told you not to come over here.
Yeah, Caden Gore He's caught everything in his neighborhood tonight, but he paid for it right there.
Yes, he sure did. That was
They're saying incomplete
Yeah,
pass. I thought
he did.
caught
He
it.
knocked the ball out.
Wow, Khalid Sherman. He got a little extra something on that play. So it's 2nd and 15. Here's a rollout to his right. Looking downfield, overthrows the intended receiver, Sherman, or make that Gore on the near sideline. It would have been close to a first down, but too tall on the pass.
Yeah, that was an overthrow, but he had somebody all over him, and he got laid out on that one as well. And when you sprint out like that, when you take a lick coming from the inside out, usually your enemy is the turf.
How about all these new turfs in Horry County now for the last couple of years, Coach? This is one of the newest.
I love it. I think it's classy looking. I think that you got to give Horry County a lot of credit for going in that direction. And it's been expensive, but nonetheless, I think it just elevates a lot of things. And it's not just football. They use it for soccer. They use it for lacrosse.
Exactly.
And on and on and on. And just not having to maintain that field and not having to do all this lining takes a lot off of the athletic director.
And it allows them to practice when they don't tear up their practice field if it happens to be raining.
Some schools are starting to practice now in the morning. And one of the problems with practicing in the morning is when you go out there and you got dew on the ground, you're going to tear your grass up over time. With these turf fields, that's not an issue.
Right. And Tony Heilbronn, the athletic director here at North Myrtle Beach, I called him on Tuesday to ask him if they were thinking about maybe moving the game up to Thursday like some schools in the area did last night. He said, not unless the district tells me that I've got to move it up. And here's why he said, that's why we put the turf down. So now we don't have to worry about our field getting torn up. If it rains, all you really have to worry about is does it hurt the gate.
That's right. And by the way, Tony made a great decision on the gate.
Yes.
Because he made it tonight, and I was kind of hoping that he would extend that to the broadcasters tonight too. All the money they made on the gate.
Oh yeah, no question. Little something for us too. Okay. Well, here's the thing, Coach. Last year we were here ready to go.
That's
remember?
Right. I do.
We were
remember.
here ready to broadcast, and then the lightning showed up, and Heilbronn had to call it off. And so we got paid anyway.
Yeah.
So maybe that was, a little karma paying us back this year.
Yeah, what comes and goes.
That's right. Got to take the bad with the good. Here's Loris on offense again, just trying to run the clock out now. And another big gainer between the tackles for about 6 yards.
And we got 5. We got Portia in there at quarterback right now, and he's coming to the sideline to get the call. And it looks like they even got well, no, it's Portia.
Yeah, Roderick Portia is their backup quarterback. So he'll stay in the ball game. 5'7", 170-pound sophomore. But he's got to sit a couple of years. Moon Gerald's only a junior, and he's getting a lot of attention from college recruiters.
Well, I've been impressed with Moon tonight. I think he's played within himself. He hadn't tried to make plays that just weren't there. And typically that when you got a guy like him with his kind of ability
Khalid Sherman may take it all the way. He's going in for a touchdown. Or did they push him out early? I think they pushed him out of bounds with about
at the 6-yard
about
line.
6-yard line is where the official's hat went down. So they pushed him out of bounds. But what a run by Khalid Sherman. He is averaging 10 yards per carry. That'll add quite a bit to it.
Yeah, and Alan, a lot of people look at this and they say, hey, you got a 24-point advantage and you're trying to score down here. They've got their young kids in. Those kids need an opportunity to run the football. He's going to need them somewhere down the line. And I think that what Coach is doing right now with the score that he's got is exactly what a good football coach does.
Yeah, Khalid Sherman is a third-string backup as a tailback, so he's in there with Persia as the backup quarterback. He's the backup tailback, but is the backup quarterback, and he's in the ball game. So you're right, Coach. I mean, he's pulled his studs.
Oh yeah, he's pulled them out, and if they score here, you want to give those young guys an opportunity to have success as well.
They want to show they can play too.
Yeah, and yet you may need those guys next week. Who knows?
Yep. Next man up. Twin receivers to the right, a couple to the left, single back pistol. He hands off to Khalid Sherman again. Sherman trying to turn that corner, can't quite get there. Sherman on the carry. And Sherman is about a yard short. So it's going to be second down and goal from the 1 with 2:29, 28, 27. Third down, Paul. Paul says third down. Our statistician, Paul Gable, haven't given him enough recognition tonight. And our
Paul's been kind of quiet tonight. I think his grandson has got him straightened out down there.
Our crew in the truck, let's say thanks to our director, Brandon, and our executive producer, Donald Smith. Got our third man of the broadcast team, I think, is also working in the truck tonight as well, Andrew Mize. And we'll give you the rundown. I want to say, and can't thank enough where one of the young people that he's only a freshman at Coastal Carolina University, but he's kind of taken over the setup and tear down of the production here at the broadcast. Cole Smith. He is going to be a shooting star in the broadcast business down the road. And he is directing tonight.
Yeah, I think those guys, aren't they taking broadcasting at Coastal Carolina?
They have
they're using this as an internship
kind
for the most part.
Cole does a little bit of everything, though.
Yeah.
He's been doing a ton of stuff as we have time out on the field with a minute 30 to go in the ball game. But Cole has been directing and producing the Beach Ball Classic for years. As his dad is our executive director now and helps out on these broadcasts some nights. I noticed that Chad is not here tonight, but Cole is doing a great job, and he knows his stuff. And now Coastal Carolina does have a new broadcast journalism or broadcasting department that former athletic director Matt Hogue is taking over.
Yeah,
and hey, nobody better to learn from than the former play-by-play voice of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. You know who was the play-by-play voice before Matt Hogue, don't you, Coach?
No, I don't. Well,
Hands, anybody? The bad boy of sports radio was the play-by-play announcer before Matt Hogue.
Yeah, and
that's before football, too, by the way. I was there for 3 seasons with Russ Bergman and Mike Hopkins, now the head basketball coach at Conway. Yeah. And here's a field goal attempt with $1:29 to go. It's up, and it is good. The second field goal of the night for William Suggs adds 3 more to the 41-14 lead for Loris. It's been so long ago, Coach, and nobody remembers that I did the play-by-play. Even Bo Graham did it before me. So my good friend.
Wow, you are old, Alan.
So thank you, Donald. Yeah, I'm very old, and I did it way back in the 90s before I went to Marshall University and on to the NBA. So
yeah, I remember when you left town, and my hope was that I'd never have to see you again.
I knew it. I knew it, Coach, that you said that bad boy's gone for good. I don't have to put up with him no more. But I'm glad to be back and doing this. And my man Donald Smith and Lucky Dog Television Productions, the only group that gives me a chance anymore. But daily you can listen to the bad boy of sports radio on ESPN Radio 96.3 FM in the PD or worldwide at thepressboxradio.com. Now, Coach,
that last score was 5 plays, 53 yards, and ended up with an 18-yard field goal, which again, they're taking valuable time off the clock, 3:08. So that's what you want to do in your drives this late in the game when you have that kind of commanding lead.
Another SEC on ABC Kickoff is a worm burner that burns up the turf all the way out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So they'll bring it out to the 35 is where North Myrtle Beach will take it over. But Loris got down to the 1 and decided to kick the field goal instead of go for it.
Well, and I agree with that for two reasons. The first one being, I wanna know that I can expect my kickers had some success when I gotta have him.
Great point.
And then number two, they don't need the points.
Right. That's a great point. You give the kicker a chance to gain some confidence by being successful, and if you go for it and you score a touchdown, people will say you're running up to score on the other team.
And you don't need the scores.
Right. So you don't want to have that, animosity. These two programs are too close to one another. You mentioned in the pregame that Conway to Loris, Conway to North Myrtle Beach is about the same distance. Loris
and North Myrtle Beach to Loris.
Yeah,
they're a triangle.
Loris to North Myrtle Beach is the closest two schools in Horry County. People don't know that. You'd think it would be maybe Socastee and Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, you would.
Or Socastee and St. James, but it's not.
I don't think you're right on that.
Okay, maybe I'm not. Maybe I just made that up.
No, I don't think you made it up. I just think that you're not
Maybe
as smart.
I was given some bad information.
No, you're just not as smart as you think you are.
Okay, that could be too. I could have made it up, though, Coach.
No, seriously, though, I checked it today, but the difference between Conway and Loris is about 20 miles.
See, I think it's only about 9 miles.
According to my GPS, it's 20 miles.
Okay.
And from Conway to North Myrtle Beach is about 24 miles. But Loris to North Myrtle Beach is like 20 plus. And I don't remember what that plus was.
I thought it was single digits.
It's not. It's not.
Okay.
You pull it up on your GPS.
I'll accept being wrong in this case.
Yeah, well, and
I told you I could have made it up.
But the point is, they're pretty much in a triangle, and I never realized that because I always thought that Loris and North Myrtle Beach were pretty close together.
Yeah, I did
but
too.
They're actually about 20 miles apart.
They are. Okay. I'll take your word for it. All right, we're down inside a minute to play. North Myrtle Beach trying to get some points on the board to save face. Loris is trying to strip the football out of the ball carrier's hands. And that was a nice grab and return for North Myrtle Beach's Will McNeely.
When I see teams doing what Loris has done tonight, trying to strip the ball, and even when it didn't matter, it tells me that they're putting a lot of emphasis on that in practice, and that's what they should be doing.
And North Myrtle Beach is substituting liberally as well as Luke Barrett makes that catch, the 6', 175-pound junior, and that could be the penultimate play of the ball game. Down to 16 seconds. You got Chestnut to the right of Cloninger. Cloninger's going deep. A man is open. He almost dropped it in the bucket for a second time tonight.
He did.
But the incomplete pass is going to stop the clock with 5 seconds left. So we'll have one more play to go in this one. Outcome is determined, but final score maybe not.
Yeah, North Myrtle's going to throw for the end zone. That's what you do right here. You just try to get everything you can when you can, and you want to come out, get ready for the next one.
All right, Coach, we got to bust out of here quickly because we're trying to get out near the top of the hour, get into CW programming, and that'll be the final score or the final play of the game. The final score, the Loris Lions 41, the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs 14. Post-game coming up in a moment on the Conway Medical Center Friday Night Rivals.
Leaving a legacy is about reaching the end of the track and making sure there's room for new things coming. The old values that built what started stay strong, while new hands take charge. MD Roofing is a house built on generations. That's what makes us strong. So you can trust us to keep your house strong, too. We're MD Roofing, and we're part of your strong house.
Clogged toilets? Is your kitchen sink backed up? Do you have a leaking faucet? Call the experts at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing and let us help with any of your plumbing problems. We repair leaky or broken water heaters, fix frozen pipes, unclog sewer lines, and even repair garbage disposals. We're here for you 24 hours a day, and we still don't charge to come out during regular business hours. Benjamin Franklin is your punctual plumber. If there's any delay, it's you we pay.
Bad things happen sometimes. Fires, floods, hurricanes, broken water pipes, exploding water heaters. It can really mess up your home really bad. That's why moms and dads have been calling A&I for for over 40 years. 40 years! They get it fixed fast. Really fast. My mommy said they made our house a home again. And mommy always tells the truth. A&I Fire and Water Restoration. Restoring more than just your home, restoring your dreams.
DIY? How about DDIY? Don't do it yourself. Leave it to the professionals. Benjamin Franklin is your plumbing expert. We can take the hassle out of your home's plumbing. We can handle whole house repipes, unclogging your drains, installing water heaters, and help with any natural gas or inspections. And we're always there for you 24 hours a day. Benjamin Franklin is your punctual plumber. If there's any delay, it's you we pay.
Pick up your pet rescue sticker at Belfort Property Restoration, ABC 15, or your local Humane Society.
Back in the postgame of the Conway Medical Center Friday night rivals, a 41-14 victory for the Loras Lions tonight on the road here at the Hank Hester Sports Complex on the campus at North Myrtle Beach High School. It's time for the drive of the game, the Myrtle Beach Hyundai drive of the game. Remember, no games, no gimmicks, just good deals at Myrtle Beach Hyundai. Has to be the drive where they put in the backup, Roderick Persa, and Persa just skipped a Malou all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and had about 3 cutbacks on the same play.
He did, and he slid past 3 or 4, and he cut on a dime
yeah,
3 or 4
absolutely.
times.
And I think, you can tell that he's a little bit thin and et cetera, but I think when he bulks up a little bit and puts on a little more strength, I think he's going to be something to see.
All right, let's go down to the field for the presentation of the championship trophy and the HTC game ball. Hey, Andrew, what's going on?
We're here with Loras head coach Greg Mance. Coach, great game tonight by your players. What do you have to say about their performance?
Well, when you look at the scoreboard, we're tickled to death. North Myrtle Beach is a good football team. They moved the ball on us. That's the most yardage we've given up defensively. Made a few too many penalties, but, we're a big play team. You got to give, Quantez Dyson, Grimm, I tell you, Moon and our tailbacks in the second half, Perch and Deuce just ran the ball. Got to give the O-line some credit because they opened the holes in the second half. And, we played for 4 quarters, so it's the first time we had to do that this year.
Coach, you say it was a team effort, but there's one player in particular we want to recognize tonight. We're giving our HTC game ball to number 1, Grimm Lewis. If he could come up here. Grimm, come on down. Here you go. All right, Coach, what do you think about Grimm's performance tonight?
Oh, he's a football player. He takes the kickoff back. He creates matchup issues over here. We hit the big play to him right before half, had big plays in the second half, and he plays great defense. So he's one of those guys that, man, you want on our side because he's a football player.
Absolutely. And, Coach, that's not the last thing we have for you. We also have our Week 2 game trophy for you. So hopefully y'all can take this, put it up somewhere nice. Let's celebrate.
Seniors, hold it up. Y'all celebrate. Here we go.
Thank you, Andrew.
All right, back to you, Alan.
All right, buddy. Thank you, Andrew. That was a big win for the Loras Lions tonight in this rivalry game. That gives them 3 in a row now, Coach, and 4 in a row to start the season. That's more important.
Yeah, and like I told you, my concern for Loras early in the season was that they were playing too good a football, because sometimes when you play your best football early, you really don't have anywhere to go as far